And we are back on campus here at Tesoro High School for tonight's game of the week between the 8-1 Tesoro Titans and the undefeated 9-0 Northwood Timberwolves. And hi again, everyone. I'm Kevin Turner, and we want to welcome you to our Academic Advantage pregame show. Well, as Coach Jim O'Connell told his Tesoro Titans yesterday, embrace the opportunity. There is a league championship on the line tonight. The undefeated Northwood Timberwolves come into this one a perfect 9-0. On the other side, the Tesoro Titans at 8-1, the only blemish on the year, a loss right here at home on the game of the week to the San Clemente Tritons. That was an unbelievable game. Tonight should be even better than that. The league championship is on the line here tonight. It should be an unbelievable game. As we take a look at our standings, there's your math right there. Northwood on top, 9-0, the perfect record. Tesoro at 5-0 in league play, 8-1 overall. Tonight, it doesn't get any better than this. Let me welcome in my broadcast partners, of course, the quarterback Vince Ferragamo and the coach Bill Cunardy. And coach, with Northwood, Rick Curtis and his club, they have been here before. They were here last year. He's won 2 league championships. This is quite a rivalry. Both these teams only been around for 6 and 4 years, respectively.
Well, Kevin, we talked earlier tonight about the excitement of high school football in general, but the excitement of a rivalry game. And these two teams are going to be in different leagues next year. So when you look at what Rick Curtis has done in the 6 short years that Northwood has been a school, it's been phenomenal. He's been in the championship hunt every year. He's had undefeated seasons. He's got another one going tonight. But he's got a football team that's on a mission. They'd like to wear that same ring that Tesoro's wearing from last year. And he's got a great group of players to try and accomplish that task. We'll talk about his quarterback, number 11, Stuart Sharp, 60 for 128, 937 yards, 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, but he also has 350 yards on the ground and 8 touchdowns. Dual threat, and this guy can run as well as he can throw. On defense, Mark Bentrott, number 43, 96 tackles. They operate out of the Bear defense, which really kind of frees up that middle backer. And this guy, look at it, 53 solos and 5 sacks. So for the Northwood Timberwolves tonight, the 2 things in this game I think Rick needs to do. Number 1, keep Stuart Sharp on the perimeter. I think that's where he is most effective. And number 2, let Mark Bentrott make as many tackles on Mr. Calcagnie as he can.
You know, I'll tell you what, Andy Nikolenko, their star defensive nose tackle, he's got 9.5 sacks. They run, as you said, Coach, that Bear front. And Vince Ferragamo on the other side with the Tesoro Titans are averaging 250 yards on the ground coming into this one at 8-1. The defending CIF Division IX champions, they're going to have their hands full with the defensive front tonight with the Northwood Timberwolves.
Great matchup, Kevin. Great match. Great game. Great title game. This is the chill is in the air. This is what football's all about. Jim O'Connell's got his team ready for this game. I think both teams are excited to get a chance to go on into the playoffs. And you know, when you have 2 explosive offenses, you're going to see a lot of fireworks tonight, and some great defenses to go along with this. And that's the reason why these teams are 9-1 and 9-0. So I think with the team that Tesoro has tonight, and Sean Calcagnie, we've known he's been a great ball player for a long time, and statistically now you can see why. He's got 9.9 yards per carry. Every time he handles the ball, he gets a first down. 21 touchdowns. He's probably comprises over almost 45% of the entire offense. And on defense, of course, Brett Lindstrom's leading the team in tackles, 73 tackles, 43 solos, 1 sack, and you know, he's all over the field. So, you know, I think this just makes it be just a great game tonight, and I think we've got some great talent out there, and you're going to see a wonderful game.
Gaudy offensive numbers, but it's all going to come down to the Bear defense, that 46 defense. We're going to turn it back over to the coach for the Baja Fresh virtual playbook. We're going to look at that 46.
Well, I thought we'd highlight this tonight on the Baja Fresh virtual playbook. The 46 defense, made famous by Buddy Ryan with the Chicago Bears. It's a defense that features the middle linebacker. And if you look at the way they run this, we talked about Nikolenko, the nose tackle. They will play some man-to-man behind this. They'll play some zone behind it. But if you are going against a tailback that averages 10 yards a carry, you want to occupy as many of those blockers as you can, and you're going to let Bentrott, your middle backer, make as many plays on that single back as you can. J.C. Clark brought this defense over from Irvine when he came over to coach with Rick. He's done a phenomenal job with this, and I think you're going to enjoy watching it. It is a pressure defense, and I think you're going to see a lot of tackles by the middle linebacker and the nose guard.
Yeah, pressure has led to 34 combined sacks on the defensive side of the football. Well, each and every week we give you, the fans, the opportunity to ask the quarterback, Vince Ferragamo. This week's question comes from Thomas.
Thomas, great question. You know, Tesoro and Northwood both have built incredible football programs in the last 4 or 5 years, and they're both 1 and 2 in Pacific Coast League every year. How did these two programs get so competitive so quickly? Well, I think number one, I think Tesoro, both teams have a great talent pool that they've been able to draw from. They've got great players, Santa Margarita and Coto de Caza. They got a lot of players that came from this area to go to Tesoro. And then in the Irvine area, you had Northwood. You had got players from Irvine and also Woodbridge. So great talent pools, great coaches with explosive offenses, really know a lot about fundamentals of football. And I think this is what built both these two programs.
No doubt about it. Great coaching, great parental support, and commitment by the athletes and the administration as well. Well, we give you, the fans, the opportunity to tell us who you think is going to win by logging on to Cox3.com. This week, the votes are in. Northwood on top, 60% of the votes. Tesoro with 40% of the votes. Well, it's going to be a great game tonight. Trench warfare on the Cox 3 Game of the Week, the league championship on the line. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with tonight's game. Championship football right here on Cox 3 Sports. Game of the week, the Northwood Timberwolves and the Tesoro Titans. Let's head downstairs for tonight's coin toss.
All right. Northwood, you're the visitor, so you'll be making the call. I have a silver dollar. Have heads on this side, tails on this side. I will toss a coin. If I drop it, I will toss it again. What is your call?
Tails, sir.
Tails is the call. It is heads. You have won the toss.
We want the ball.
You want the ball. All right. Okay, so which goal would you like to kick from? Which way do you want to kick? They want the ball. You want to kick to the clock? Okay, go ahead, put your backs over here. Put your backs to the scoreboard. Titans have won the coin toss and have elected to receive. Gentlemen, come in, shake hands, bring your teams out. Good luck.
Rendition of our national anthem.
Sure was.
Let's head downstairs to our man on the sidelines, Garth Wyckoff.
Well, thanks a lot, KT, and what a night we have for football. A brisk November here at Titan Stadium, and two teams undefeated in league play battling it out for the Pacific Coast League Championship. Northwood Timberwolves coming off a bye week. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this high-powered high-octane Tesoro offense. And I had a chance to speak with Coach Rick Curtis about the T-Wolves' keys tonight. They've got that great defense, allowing just 8 points per game. And how are they going to stop Tesoro, who comes in averaging 51 points in league? And Coach told me, I'm not sure if we can stop them. We just hope to slow them down. As usual, he said big plays will be the difference in this game. It's been the difference the last 2 games we played. And a quick series note, the road team has won the last 2 meetings between these football teams. With a report on the Tesoro Titans, I toss it on over to Kelly Stafford.
Thanks, Garth. And you know what? I think it's also going to be a battle of the bands here tonight. Both schools out, big crowds. Each has got their band on hand. You can already hear them going. But anyhow, I had a chance to talk to Coach O'Connell about his strategy for the game. He said offensively, our receivers have to be able to make big plays. He knows that Northwood's going to stack all their guys on the line in order to stop Calcagnie. He says if we can get our receivers out there, get them out of that pressure man-to-man defense, force them into the zone, we can utilize the run and the pass. Defensively, of course, they need to watch out for that quarterback, Stuart Sharp, who can run and do it well, pick up some big yards. He says we've got to keep him in front of us. He also told me the atmosphere all week, the team has been very focused, knowing the significance of this game. They've worked very hard to get here, and they're excited to play. Kevin?
Right. Thank you very much, Kelly, and great job, Garth, on insight into tonight's game. Alex Metzges will tee it up midfield, the 40-yard line. Harold Williams and Randy Jones deep to receive for the Tesoro Titans. Pacific Coast League Championship will be decided by tonight's winner. Here's the approach and the kick by Metzges. He draws it left, as he does 52 times in a row this year. It'll go into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line as we take a look at the Tesoro Titan starting offensive unit. Todd Sciaqua, of course, at quarterback. There he is. Sean Calcagnie, 1,364 yards. That line is outstanding. Johnson, Hogden, Hanfield, Renhawa, and Ryan Weiss, the big boys up front for the Titans. There's a good look at Todd Sciaqua coming into this one with 1,560 yards, 21 touchdowns against 4 interceptions. You're not going to find a finer quarterback in South County. Todd Sciaqua throws a beautiful ball. First down and 10. Here we go. For the Titans of Tesoro, Sciaqua back to pass, has time, steps up, throws over the middle, looks, has a man. He's got Grant Keene across midfield and down to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's exactly what happens if you can pick up all the blitzers in the Bear defense.
That's right, Bill, and I tell you, they went down on 1st and 10 when they were expecting run all the way. They were in a running formation. Sciaqua backs, drops straight back, throws a tight end strike right down the middle, and he is accurate, as you said, Kevin, in the pregame. That man can throw the football.
Grant Keene, the 6'4", 197-pounder, with his 11th reception of the year. The backs will set up in the offset eye as Josh Mitchell shuttles out of the backfield in motion to the right side. Movement on the left side, penalty markers come out. Great offensive line protection on that last play.
Well,
Todd Sciaqua had it all day long.
They brought a safety blitz, and everybody picked it up. Now, these guys are great. David Bautista.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
He's as good as any official I've ever been around. His crew, Jay Nelson, Tony Brock, Mike Davis, and Paul Hebbers.
Thank you, girls, for all the treats they just brought up to the booth. Boy, I tell you, it's cold up here, but I tell you what, we're going to keep ourselves warm with all this food.
Thank you to the Tesoro boosters, my goodness gracious.
All right, so it'll be first down and 15 for the Titans. Sciaqua again will throw, has time, looking over the middle. He's looking for Mitchell, and just overthrown at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up second down. Let's take a look at the Northwood T-Wolf defensive unit. P.J. Simpson, defensive end, Sanaki Chen, Nikolenko, he's the guy with all the sacks in the middle in that 46 defense. Colin Lehman comes off the edge. Ben Trott with 96 tackles. Adam Garza also at the linebacker position. Lucero, Greenlee, Chacho, and Stuart Sharp. He's the quarterback on the offensive side, so he'll play double duty tonight in this league championship game. Second down at 15 for the Titans. The 38-yard line. Quick toss right side to Sean Calcagnie. Stutter steps to the outside. Marker comes out behind the line of scrimmage as Stuart Sharp was dragged down, and we'll see what it is.
Holding? and the holding call was against the person that was held was Stuart Sharp coming up from strong safety. You're going to see some stuff on defense here, Kevin, where it looks like a Chinese fire drill. J.C. Clark has interchangeable parts in this Bear defense. You're going to see the free safety come up near the line of scrimmage. The strong will move back. They'll sometimes have different guys at corner, but he's got a great method to his madness, and with this holding call now, Tesoro is going to have a second down and about 2 zip codes.
A major penalty, Coach, and I tell you what, you could see the explosiveness of Calcagnie out of the backfield. Very elusive.
Repeat, second down.
It's going to bring up a second down play, but you know what's nice about that formation that we just saw, the pro look, brings him out of the Bear look. And it's very clever on an offense to run that formation.
That's you have to formation this defense.
Second down and 28. Motion Mitchell this side. Sciaqua rolls near side, throws, looking for Mitchell. Great defensive effort there at the 35-yard line. Right there, Taylor Lucero came over. Picture perfect defensive play.
You're not kidding, Kevin. It was picture perfect. He had to throw another strike to his inside receiver on a down and out. Bill rolling left, clever formation, clever way to pass protect the quarterback in Sciaqua there, and rolling left, had to throw the ball. Great pass, great defensive play.
You know, Vinny, the point to this you make is if you move the pocket against the Bear defense, I think it gives you a bit of an advantage, but that is as fine a defensive play as you're going to see. The timing of the pass route was perfect. It's just that the defender made a great play.
So Josh Mitchell,
3rd and a mile to go.
He'll line up to the near side. The lone setback is Sean Calcagnie. 3rd down and 28 yards.
Watch out for the draw.
Sciaqua throws this time, looking complete at the 35-yard line and ridden out of bounds on the near side is Garrett Back by Stuart Sharp, the two-way player for Northwood, who also plays at quarterback, and Garrett Back gets it back to the 35-yard line.
Kevin, before this game, Vince and I were marveling at both kickers.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be surprised.
To make it. You're right, Coach.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
But look at that ball. Look at that ball Sciaqua threw, Coach. 30 yards on a line and hit a tall receiver in Garrett Beck. That's a nice size receiver right there. A guy that gives you a lot of flexibility in throwing the football.
You know, Kevin made this point early on tonight that he thought Todd Sciaqua has a great arm for all the throws. The touch ball, the deep ball, which we've already seen. But here's an interesting situation for Jim O'Connell. It's 4th down and about 14.
That's a 52-yard field goal, Coach.
It's a rip, but I'll tell you what, I think that they're going to throw a vertical route. You can go to the boundary against this, but you now got Northwood thinking about boundary, 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 and I think with the formation,
Joe, the record, they're going to go for
Joe
it.
Robles has kicked a 52-yard field goal this year.
I was going to say this could be 53, Kevin.
It would have been
Possibly.
good.
It's going to be 52.
52 yards, so that'll...
Christian Yount, number 64, puts the ball back there about as well as anybody I've seen on any level.
Already going to UCLA on a scholarship just to snap the football, and deservedly so.
So Robles with a 52-yard attempt. The kick is high enough. It's long enough. It's on the way.
It's good.
It's good.
Wow. Woo! Can you believe it? That ball could have been made from 60.
What a kick.
Oh, my goodness. Hot dog, high and howdy, everybody.
You said it, Coach. They have a kicking game, boy. We were watching them.
Boom, baby.
10:07 to go in quarter number 1. A 52-yarder. And the Tesoro Titans are on top 3-0. 3-0 as you get a good look at the Tesoro marching band. And in big games like this, gentlemen, how important is special teams? Well, here's a great illustration. You come down, you kind of burp up the ball a little bit, you move back, and then your field goal kicker comes out and smashes one from 52 yards.
3 phases of any great football game, Kevin: offense, defense, and special teams. And you can see how important it is just from that last kick.
You know, my college football coach, John McKay, when he was with Tampa Bay and they were so bad, some reporter asked him after the game, he said, "What did you think of the execution of your special teams?" He said, "I'm all for it."
Look at this kick.
Both teams.
All right, Vinny, here's another look at this young man right here. Well, his snap battery mate, Christian Yount's going to UCLA. What about this kid? Look at this. Great end zone shot here by our crew. into the night sky. As you said, Vince, that one's good from 60 yards.
Oh, I tell you, that was like a 3-iron hit right through the middle, Coach.
That might have been on the radar from John Wayne Airport. You know?
Don't the Philadelphia Eagles need a place kicker?
They do now, yeah.
All right, Stuart Sharp and the Northwood Timberwolves will get it started. They trail 3-0. Quarterback sneak. Stuart Sharp's going to keep it right up the middle, and quarterback wedge goes for about 3 yards, bring up 2nd down and 7. There's a good look at Stuart Sharp. Break it down for you. Here's the Northwood offensive unit. Brought to you each and every week by Audio Toys. Lehman UC Curtis, the leading receiver in the county, 41 catches. Nikolenko with 9.5 sacks. He anchors that defensive front. James Chen is nasty on the inside, wearing number 56.
Ball's on the ground.
Loose ball, fumble, and the Tesoro Titans have come up with a football.
But that is uncharacteristic of a Northwood team. I've never really seen them run that fly motion like that, and they tried to get the ball to the fly back, and I think there was a mishandling of the handoff there, and the ball was on the ground.
That's it may be a wrinkle for this game, and sometimes the wrinkles can get you in trouble a little bit, but you know, the emotion of a game like this will ebb and flow. Last night I watched Boise State and Fresno State. Boise State scored on the first or second play of the game. You think, uh-oh, blowout. That Fresno State came back and smacked them. Now look at this.
Home.
Trips, which really spreads out the defense.
Oh, look at this. Calcagnie right there. He's into the second level. Calcagnie turns the corner, and he's tripped up at the 5-yard line. Calcagnie got the corner. They ran it unbalanced essentially to the left side. They had one man.
The consistency of this offense is in number 3, Sean Calcagnie. He contributes mostly offense and deep, everything. Well, but on offense, look at the way he runs the ball, over 1,600 yards this year.
Good blocking up front, but Kevin, what you said is so true here. They went trips left, which takes all those secondary guys out of the way, and then they ran back to the tight end side.
Great way to break up the Bear defense. 1st and goal for the Tesoro Titans. Lone setback is Calcagnie. He's got 20 touchdowns on the year. Long count by Sciaqua. Todd's going to hand it off to Calcagnie. Turns the corner, puts his head in the end zone. Did he get in? Touchdown.
Yes, he did.
Boy, he tight-roped the sidelines and just nice forward lean and got it inside the cone. Touchdown.
Great athlete, a great I can only tell you from watching football for many years, is a great football player. But what was so great about this offense and Coach O'Connell's ploy for this strategy is that every formation, they change it up every down.
That's right.
And they just could not zero in.
Well, the Bear defense was always effective against a pro set, because you outnumber people at, at the point of attack. But when you start spreading everybody out, a little bit tougher. There's a 400-yard extra point.
The extra point is up and good and into the Chiquita Canyon and into the night sky. 10-0, the Titans take an early lead over the Northwood Timberwolves. Tesoro capitalizing on a fumble recovery. 2 plays, 21 yards. Sean Calcagnie, his 22nd touchdown of the year. Gentlemen, I'd pay admission just to come watch this kid kick the football.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Joe Robles.
They're never going to return one.
Titanium wedge.
Do you think they will start allowing returns from the end zone with these kickers? I mean, we've seen this year more so than ever before how strong some of these kickers are.
Vince, you bring up a great point. I think when the High School Federation Rules Committee gets together, that might be something they would consider, because in high school, second the ball crosses the plane of that goal line, the ball's dead.
Or maybe they should move it back to the 35 like they do in the pros.
They're getting that good.
Do that.
All right, 1st down and 10. The backs will set up in the I formation. And whoa. I tell you what, the Titan defense coming in right there.
Excuse me, but Taylor Jones just brought the wood.
Here we go as we take a look at the Titan defense, brought to you by Audio Toys. Devlin Potter Hull and Taylor Jones, who just came in with his hair on fire. Lindstrom, the leading tackler. Woolbright and Westerman are your linebackers for Tesoro. Josh Williams, Beck, Calcagnie, and Ganeri round out the defensive backfield. On 2nd down, Stuart Sharp's got nowhere to go, reverses his field, turns the corner, and almost breaks out. And a nice shoestring tackle out there on the perimeter.
That's what his great skill is. He turned option right into reverse to himself. You know, Stuart Sharp back all the way back against the grain, and except for a great play on defense there by Jordan Woolbright, he might be off and running. So it's number 9
Garrett
out
Beck.
there making the play.
Yeah.
That was Garrett Beck. And we just talked about this. It'll be interesting to see how Northwood responds to this early deficit.
Well, you'll see the defense coming. Neelan Devlin drops Stuart Sharp back the 10-yard line. They'll have to bring the punting unit on.
Wow. Nowhere to go for the quarterback. Really, basically, no time to even set up in the pocket. So, I mean, Stewart is just giving everything he's got to try to get out of that, but there's just too many blue shirts around him.
Talking to Jacob Wasdorf, the defensive line coach, great player at Cal in his playing days. He said, we really haven't gotten after the quarterbacks that much this year with our defensive front. Well,
they're doing it so far.
Whatever he's doing tonight's working.
Neelan Devlin with his 4th sack of the year. They come in with 22 sacks, now make it 23 as a team. Lehman boots it away, and it's going to be received right at the 45-yard line. And the Tesoro Titans, for the 2nd time tonight, will start with a football inside T-Wolf territory.
You know, I love that. Randy Jones, number 83, caught that ball. And again, the NCAA statistics are, if it hits the ground, the receiving team normally loses about 15 yards. So that's a great play by Randy Jones.
Great coverage on the defensive play too, as well, Bill, to make that tackle.
I'll tell you what, Northwood has been at that end of Chiquita Canyon so far the whole game.
Todd Sciaqua comes in after getting the play from Reed Deal and Coach Bonanno, co-offensive coordinators. Quick toss coming this way to Sean Calcagnie. He's going to have to come to the near side, and he's going to be hit out of bounds. I don't know.
No, that was all right. That was all right because the whistle, you have to go to the echo of the whistle. And
you know what?
Whistle hadn't blown.
Was a great picture of the 46 pursuit angles. Everybody got in on that tackle.
Again, another formation, a new formation for the Titans, but the Timberwolves were all over it.
Great pursuit there by Colin Lehman. And then Garza wraps him up and then finished off right in front of the Tesoro bench. But he was, Vince, as you said, he was in bounds. Jordan Woolbright checks in on the offensive side. Garrett Beck. Here's a long pass out to the outside, and that one is caught by Josh Mitchell. That might be a 1st down.
You know, Kevin, what happens with this Bear defense is you put your corners on an island, and you're saying, okay, we can do a lot of stuff if the 2 corners can play man-to-man. The problem with that is you don't have any help deep.
5-step drop.
This stuff where you're running the deep sideline route, and now that's a tough throw, but Sciaqua can make that throw, and that's, I think, where Tesoro's going to try and attack.
I love it when the receiver comes back and an offensive lineman walks up to him and slaps him on the back. Hanfield slapped 13 on the back. It was great.
Oh, look at that. The motion.
The motion to
1st
tackle.
down. Yeah, that's
number 73 in there, and that's Grant Gunther.
I like that. Fill that hole with a big one. Sean Calcagnie picks up the 1st down. Garrett Beck will check in. And it was Beck's 48-yard reception. Or check that, it was Grant Keene, the 48-yard reception that set up the 52-yard field goal.
I truly think the hardest guy to cover when you're in this Bear defense is the tight end. I think you can get him free down the middle of the field.
1st down and 10. Quick handoff on the inside to Calcagnie, and there's a whole host of white shirts right there in the middle of the field. Nikolenko comes up off the bottom of the pile along with Chen and Sanaki. There's number 43 right there, Mark Bentrott. He's listed at 190 pounds in the program. And Coach Curtis said, I don't know if he's a $155.
You know what? Remember, I told you, I used to let my players, I said, what do you want to weigh in the program? I'd have moms come up to me, my kid doesn't weigh 200 pounds. I said, nobody wants to.
He's his 3 college choices. He's a 4.0 plus student. His brother's at Stanford, Notre Dame, and Boston College.
Good schools.
We had movement again, I believe, in the offensive line. I'll tell you what, as Vince, I think you mentioned this in the open, the interesting battle is happening between the tackles in there. A very good offensive line against a very good defensive line. And I think fans in the stands, unless your son is an offensive or defensive lineman, the fans are looking at the perimeter.
Offense.
But boy, I tell you, there's some smacking going on there in the middle.
Remains second down.
And trench warfare, we talked about it at the opening of the broadcast in our Academic Advantage pregame show. Andy Nikolenko told me yesterday, he said, if I can't walk off the field, I haven't done my job.
Well, they're going to give it their all tonight. I tell you, this is for keeps.
Good look at the Tesoro student body. Capacity crowd on hand here, Titan Stadium. Kevin Turner, Vince Ferragamo, and the coach Bill Kennedy, Kelly Stavis, Garth Wyckoff patrolling the near sideline. Sciaqua in trouble. He's going to go down.
There's Ben Trott.
Now, I'll tell you what, if Ben Trott, and there's a good look at it.
And that's your 46 right there, Bill. That's the key of the middle linebacker.
He goes opposite the nose guard. And if the nose guard goes left, in this case, he came right, and he came unblocked. And again, that's the Mike Singletary kind of guy. Watch him come through here like a freight train.
Well, the reason why is because a lot of times the guard and the centers are both covered up. And then the middle linebacker blows. There's really nobody there for him. And he's pretty much free to roam, as you mentioned, Coach.
That is his 6th sack of the year. And 97th tackle. Third down at 23. Sciaqua fires. He's got Garrett Beck at the 31-yard line, and it's incomplete.
And he is sandwiched hard that time by 2 defenders, Sharp and number 25.
It's Garza out there, the linebacker dropping back in coverage.
We'll take a real quick look here at the virtual playbook just one more time to show you what that Bear defense does. You'll notice the center and both guards, as Vince said, are covered, which means somebody else has to block that middle linebacker. And in that case, that's why Ben Trott got in there.
Kyle Wellner to punt it away. Nice kick, spiraling. Fair catch called for at the 18-yard line, and the T-Wolves will put it back in play offensively. 2:58 to go here in quarter number 1. 10-0. Titans on top of the T-Wolves for the Pacific Coast League Championship. Would you like free on-demand movies? Then go to cox3.com/on-demand. This week's keyword is speed. You have until Tuesday, November 15th, to log on and be a part of this free giveaway. Remember, you need to type in the word speed and receive a coupon for your free on-demand movie. 10-0 our score. Stuart Sharp back under center, backs in the I formation. Lehman the fullback. Greenlee left side, and Greenlee, look at the penetration by the defensive front by the Tesoro Titans. Nothing doing there, and just a wall of blue.
Coach Jacob Wasdorf, I'm watching him down here, and he looks very stoic, but if you could have seen him play at Cal, he played like a wild man. His front 4 right now are making the difference because they are always in the backfield. He mentioned something to me tonight about he doesn't like to coach real deep penetration because it's too easy to trap those guys. But when these guys get in the gaps and go, I'll tell you what, they are hard to block.
There's Trevor Lazan, number 90. Take a look at him right in the middle of your screen there, just getting great penetration. Stuart Sharp throwing, looking for Curtis, and Curtis goes up, cannot bring it down, and right there defensively is Josh Williams, the 5'11", 143-pounder. Right there, stride for stride with Sean Curtis, who comes in with a very impressive 41 receptions on the year. Dick Tomey and San Jose State have got the crosshairs on Sean Curtis. He's also thinking about maybe going down to San Diego and playing for Jimmy Harbaugh.
You know, I talked to Rick about that tonight. He also is thinking about Rich Ellerson and going up there to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which, if you've ever been there, is one of the prettiest campuses in California.
Guys, we're looking at 2 great football players wearing number 3 tonight in both jerseys.
On third down, here's a draw play. On the inside, there's some room on the middle for Taylor Lucero, and he's going to be tackled from behind, shy of the first down.
Big hit.
You know, the draw play, for as long as we've all been watching football, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, it just seems like that play is, it's because the rush is coming upfield so hard. That play is so effective. But number 24 running at Taylor Lucero, watch him. Right here, he makes one tackler miss, and he ends up, oh gosh, we're going to call that maybe 2 yards short. And so Northwood's going to be forced to punt. Number 83 back in receiving formation again is Randy Jones, and I'm sure his coach has told him, even though the wind is blowing at your back, field this punt if you can. Uh-oh. They have a quick timeout. That's good officiating. The umpire actually tripped and fell down, and his fellow officials blew the whistle. He'll get a hand.
Well, you don't want to have to run over him while he's laying down out there. He got up pretty quick, didn't he?
By the way, there are 9 guys that can come block this punt.
Colin Lehman gets it away.
That's
another nice high kick. Randy Jones will call for the fair catch. And the 5'8", 135-pounder calls for the fair catch. Let's head downstairs to Kelly Stavis.
All right, thanks, Kevin. I asked Coach O'Connell before the game if, even though they lost all these talented players last year, including their senior quarterback, Nick Nelson, I asked him if they expected to be in this position defending their league title and certainly poised to go on to defend their CIF Division IX championship, and he said yes, we knew we had a good nucleus, and they knew they had this Todd Sciaqua waiting in the wings. He could have played easily for a lot of other programs last year. He said he waited his turn. It's certainly paying off. He says he's just such a poised quarterback, and as you guys can see and you've mentioned, he throws such a catchable ball, so he knew that with this talent of Todd Sciaqua, they'd be right here where they are. Kevin.
All right, here's the ball thrown into double coverage. This ball is intercepted by Michael Chacho, and Chacho reels in another INT. That is his 5th interception of the year for Michael Chacho, also coming in with 73 tackles. They threw into double coverage. Great move by Chacho.
Chacho just reading the play all the way, breaking on the throw, reading the quarterback's eyes, and just broke to it.
We saw that same look, Vinny. That's right. That's all that corner's look at. The corner has the deep guy. The inside receiver's running the boundary route. This is good mechanics by Sciaqua, but you got to just look at Chacho. Look, that is a great play.
He came from the free safety position to make that interception, and I tell you, that's just great coaching too, Coach, because you know, when you recognize what a team likes to do and you try to take their best play away, that's one of their best plays.
Motion, as you say. Here's the give on the middle. Colin Lehman rumbling ahead. Lehman into Tesoro territory for the first time tonight, and he rumbles for the first down. 11 yards on the second and third effort.
Number 9.
He was really rolling downhill.
Garrett Beck came out of that pile with the football. Now, quickly on the virtual playbook, the formation they just lined up in for Northwood, and it's something I think you'll see here. They got 4 verticals out of that last route. That means all 4 receivers running straight up the field. They ran the power back. But watch outside here. If that second receiver in can occupy the safety and the back moves to that side, you can get one-on-one outside with Curtis. So I think right now Northwood got a big break, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Well, the Titan fans are a little disgruntled because they thought he took the ball away from him, but the whistle had blown.
Here's the handoff on the fly to Lucero. He's got the corner. Lucero to the 35, cuts back. 25 penalty marker comes out. He's going to the end zone, and he's going to be down right at about the 3-yard line.
They're going to call a clip or a hold on that penalty, but you know what? These guys look at an awful lot of film, and if you are Northwood and Rick Curtis, and you start looking at the film of the San Clemente game, wouldn't you try to run the fly?
Absolutely.
So they got outside with it, but you know, it's too bad that block took place.
It's a downfield clip, Coach, and he could have went all the way, but that's a great learning example for a young running back, never to slow up until you get in the end zone. Right. He took a step like he was in, and he got tackled. He would have been in the end zone, but it's going to come back.
Illegal block in the back.
Well, tough break against Northwood.
You know, it's hard sometimes. You'll see a blocker make contact with a defender, and then the defender will turn his back.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
Now that block might have been against Calcagnie here. He's trying to come over.
Yes.
Oh, there was the block there off of 44.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. The block took place in front, and then the defender turned his back. And sometimes the official only sees the end of it. And so, I mean, it's a tough call either way. But you know,
put your hands up in the air.
A minute ago, I said, how would Northwood respond to being down 10-0? Well,
their defense stepped up. That's what happened,
They're
Coach.
doing a pretty good job.
Here's the keeper.
I think it all started with their defense because they did stop Tesoro on that last drive.
Yep.
They stepped up and they started to turn it for him.
Hey, but credit Sean Calcagnie. He was in a position. Why not turn and go with it and try to draw the foul?
You have to. It's
Right.
just like A.J. Przinsky in the World Series, right? Go to first base.
Well, you're looking at Stuart Sharp right here. What a tough quarterback. I mean, I tell you what, he understands the offense. For him to put in this fly motion late in the season like this, Coach, I mean, you have to have some talent there to change your offense.
Back set up. Sharp rolls to his right.
How about
Fires
that
the ball.
throw?
Wow.
Nice pass on the inside. And Sean Curtis with his first reception of the night.
Curtis did a great job taking his defender deep and then breaking down on him and then taking him to the sideline, and his quarterback reading him all the way, just pointing his finger at him. Nice job.
Vinny, you know what a skill that is for a receiver to be able to get upfield on the defender, so the defender has to turn and run with him,
and then he breaks it
and then
down.
he breaks it back. Now,
Play
a
action.
good ball fake, but you know, this is a throw that this guy has worked on and worked on. Nice tap dance on this side. Looked like
He
Kevin
kept 2
Turner
feet.
out
He kept
there.
2 feet in bounds.
Did
You
put
know,
the Jets down?
Sean Curtis grew up right here in Santa Margarita. He's very good friends and continues to be good friends with a number of the players on the Tesoro Titan side of the football. And last year he was unable to play in this game. Remember, he had that separated AC, and so he did not play the last 4 weeks of the season last year, and he was really looking forward to playing in this one tonight.
You know, in Philadelphia they have a separated TO. Not an AC, but
Well, they like to put Curtis in the slot a lot.
You're
And
right.
What they're doing to change up on this offense is put him in the out
Yeah.
position and let him run those deep comebacks. Let him work some from the outside.
But you know, Vince, the route they love to run, we saw this in the opening game. They love to put Curtis in the slot, run the smash route, which is a corner. And putting him outside is a nice changeup.
Yep.
Let's head downstairs to Garth Wyckoff.
Well, thanks a lot, Kevin. Yeah, Sean Curtis did miss this game last year because of that clavicle injury, but the year before he played in this game as just a sophomore against Tesoro, and that game was on this field, that 14-13. I talked to him before the game, and his brother Brian, who is the quarterback coach, and he says he's been looking forward to this one all year long, guys. Let's keep our eye on number 3.
All right, Garth, you almost got an assist with the tackle down there on the sideline. Here's Taylor Lucero coming back right up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up, and a little extracurricular activity. That's going to do it. The end of quarter number 1, 10-0, but the Northwood Timberwolves threatening. We'll come back with the second quarter right after this timeout. This portion of the Cox 3 Game of the Week is brought to you by Dewey's TV and Appliance, serving the South Coast for over 50 years. And by Sierra Pool and Spa Service in Laguna Beach, specializing in repairs and remodels. And by Aerolift Rentals. Call 1-800-266-LIFT. And we've got a good one here tonight in the Chiquita Canyon right here at Titan Stadium.
Can
Tesoro.
you feel the energy in these two teams just reverberating right through the stands all the way up to the booth up here? I mean, I can feel it down
I was
there.
just telling Kevin, it's getting a little chippy down there. You know,
It is.
both of these teams know what this means. And I'll tell you what, you could see both of these teams meeting again down the road in the playoffs.
That's very possible. Stuart Sharp just taking control. His leadership ability is second to none.
Second down and 6. You have that cross buck there, Vinny, that you like, and second man through.
Now that's a big
Gain
part
of a
of
pair.
the fly offense, where you have the sweeper and then you have the back coming through. So they've taken a little bit of the page of San Clemente offense, but the thing that has been impressive about this is Northwood got down, the momentum was with Tesoro, and they've made a nice little comeback. But you're going to see that all night. Two great coaching staffs. That's why you sit in that film room all day Sunday to try to figure out a plan.
You know, when I played ball for the Rams early on in my career, I learned a big lesson from Archie Manning, whose now two sons are great players in the NFL. His way he competes every play, no matter what the score is. And I say there's another example out there in Stuart Sharp.
Here's Sharp on the keeper, diving ahead, sacrificing his body. He's going to be close to the first down.
When
tell you
things
what.
didn't go right early on in this game, he kept his cool, Bill.
Yes, he did.
And now he's coming to the forefront right now, and he's keeping everything under control.
What I love to see this in this little kind of Utah option. Watch him right now. He goes, okay, no pitch, I'm gone. It's not like, it's not like come down, give me a little stutter step.
Yeah, he's wincing a little bit there. He's got the dove in with that right shoulder. But he's a warrior. He's had a number of carries this year. Came into this one with 350 yards and a 5-yard average.
Fourth down.
4th and inches.
Look at him.
And he picks up the first down.
I'll tell you what, without a stumble, that's a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, you have to love a guy like that quarterbacking your team. I'm telling you what, man. I say, as a coach, you look at that and say, man, this is the guy I want out there.
Yeah, you know, the only competitor. The only problem,
hurt or no hurt. Now,
the only problem
right now.
The only problem, Vince, is you never get to talk to him because he's on the field for every play on defense.
I don't care if he's going half speed. You know, when I talked to Deacon Jones, he said when Merlin Olsen was next to me, and if he had a broken leg or he went half speed, that was more than I needed. He said, because I was only as good as my player next to me.
3 backs in the backfield, handoff. Greenlee trying to spin out of trouble and gets inside the 5 and down to the 4-yard line.
Nice play on defense down inside there by number 44.
You know, a phase of the game is short yardage and
had
defense.
to be number 14 down there.
This is an area that's neglected a lot with coaches when you're preparing for a big game. Well, how do you perform defense, short yardage, goal line, offense and defense? I mean, if you have a package down here, you win. You win down here.
How about Dick Vermeil last week? Same idea. You want to go for a tie in overtime or win it. Man, I think his players loved that he said, we're going to try and score a touchdown.
On 2nd and goal, Sharp rolls to the right. He's in trouble, and he's going to be ridden down. No, he's still on his feet. Can you believe it? No way. Look at Stuart Sharp dance doing Brett Favre's best impression. Throws and had a man in the end zone. What a great job. He's looking for Sean Curtis, the safety valve, but
unbelievable.
Kevin, there are people on the Northwood side standing up and clapping right now just for the effort.
No way.
Just for the effort.
I mean, I don't.
You know what Boomer would say about this?
Boomer who?
This is Boomer on ESPN.
Oh,
my man,
Chris Berman.
Chris Berman, he'd go.
This kid.
It looks like Brett Favre right there.
Watch a smart move there.
Yeah, don't clip the player. That was perfect. Just couldn't get his feet.
Beautiful.
Exhausted.
All right, here we go. Take a breath.
Curtis one-on-one on the corner outside.
3rd and goal. Williams is on top of him.
I think I like the fade route over there.
Long count.
Oh, it's going to be middle screen.
Looking for a top down underneath. And look at the blue shirts back at the 10-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and goal back at the 10.
Field goal.
Yeah, you've got to come out of this drive with some points. After all that effort, if it's a field goal, that's fine. You're going to need one anyhow.
That defensive line, Bill, as you mentioned, that Bear defense is really getting to the quarterback. A lot of these on these passing plays, I think if they continue to roll and play actions, they've had most success with those type of
plays.
Getting outside.
You know, I think if he doesn't hurt his shoulder on this drive diving in, he makes that throw.
Look who the dirtiest player is on the field. Would you ever say it's a quarterback?
Metzges with the field goal attempt. He's perfect on the air. Also has not missed a PAT.
Good kick.
27-yarder up. It's on the way. It's good. So the T-Wolves are on the board with 8:54 to go in quarter number 2. We got a ball game. 10-3. Tesoro on top of the Northwood Timberwolves. We'll be right back. (10-3) as we get a look at the Northwood marching band on the other side of the field. Both bands in full color tonight here. What a great atmosphere. Beautiful night for football. Hey, Out of Bounds. You can catch Out of Bounds presented by Real Time Sight and Sound Tuesday through Saturday at 7:30 only on Cox 3. I saw Mark Heller last night. He'll be in the broadcast booth here in the next few weeks. And John Allers, the outstanding television play-by-play voice for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. And of course, Garth and Kelly and Gordon, the master of ceremonies. Here's the kickoff, comes out to the 15-yard line. And Harold Williams on the return.
There's a late flag, and it's going to be on Northwood, I believe, for blocking way after the play was over.
Extracurricular activity down there against Lindstrom, and that's going to go against Northwood. You just have to keep your composure as a football player.
Boy, guys, some good games last night in the South Coast League. How about El Toro with a big win last night?
I'll tell you what, Chi Chi Bean and Capistrano Valley and Jake Haley and El Toro won, and the game of the year in the county, perhaps. Mission Viejo surviving, and you
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
You got to congratulate Bob Johnson and his staff again for a 10-0 regular season. But boy, Eric Patton's kids, I got the chance to watch that game, and they had a chance to win it with a 2-point conversion at the end. And as we say all the time,
how did that Farrell
fabulous high school football.
How big old Josh do last night?
Big old Josh is a bowling ball.
Yep.
He is. He's a
force.
force.
They had a shot.
Here's Calcagnie right up the middle. Here goes Sean. Penalty marker comes out. Calcagnie to the 25. He's going to go into the end zone.
Catch him.
But a penalty marker back here at the 33-yard line. Sean Calcagnie.
Is he going to make a college team happy when they get that kid?
69 yards.
Personal
I'm going to have to make a phone call to Nebraska tomorrow morning.
It was a personal foul face mask against Northwood, which will be declined. But let me tell you what. Give credit to the blocking because he almost was untouched. But can this guy turn the jets on? Oh, holy cow. And then he gets a good forearm from Coach O'Connell there.
He's just I've said enough about that kid.
69 yards.
You might be making a phone call to Bill Callahan, though, huh?
He may not be there next year. I might have to talk to the AD
You better call Tom Osborne.
We're sorry.
He's going to be the governor.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service. Please check the number and dial again.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. The score is good. It'll be assessed half the distance to the goal for one untimed down.
Sean Calcagnie's 23rd touchdown of the night. He's already had one tonight, so that gives him 2 on the night. Comes into this one averaging 9.5 yards per carry. Those are just gaudy numbers, guys.
Even my grandmother could tell me, hey,
well, it's over 9.9
Bill, if you're a coach,
now. It's like
give him
12
the ball,
or 14.
Give him the ball every down, and I think he'd make some first downs.
Snap back, hold down by Sciaqua. The kick is up and over the scoreboard. 17-3, 8:35 to go in quarter number 2. We'll take a timeout.
17.
Good look at the Tesoro cheerleaders and Sean Calcagnie not wasting any time. Goes 69 yards right after the kickoff to make it 17-3. And the Tesoro Titans in control with 8:35 to go in quarter number 2 in front of a capacity standing room only crowd here at Titan Stadium. High end over end kick. This one might not be returnable. I thought it was.
You know, I want to mention something too. Tomorrow night, the Saddleback College Gauchos, Mark McElroy's ball club goes up to El Camino, and Vinny, El Camino right now, the #1 ranked team in the nation in junior college football. They're 9-0. Our friend John Featherstone up there.
Featherstone's team, yeah.
But the quarterback for Saddleback in that game tomorrow night, and it'll be for the division championship, is Nick Nelson from Tesoro High School.
Saw him down on the sideline.
That's right.
Earlier tonight. I pointed him out to Vince, and Vinny said he looks like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Big boy. Handoff on the inside. Another big game tomorrow, gentlemen. In La Mirada.
It is the biggest game tomorrow. Young Riley Turner, his ball club is playing for the championship.
RT.
The Santa Margarita Junior Pee Wee Mustangs playing for the championship tomorrow. Nick Greenlee taking a big lick right there.
Tell you what, there's some Division I hitting going on out there.
Stuart Sharp throwing the 9 route, looking
nice
for Curtis. A
pass.
nice catch.
You know what? If you're going to play cover 2, and you can hit that fade in the hole out there between the corner and the safety, you've got a chance for some big gains. Now, Sharp, in my mind, has improved dramatically since we saw him in the opening game of the season. And Rick told me it's just a matter of, you know, you keep working and working. He's a hard-working guy and a tough guy, but look at that. That's a perfect throw on the fade route.
Yep.
He put it right where he had to.
Just to finish it up, guys, I just wanted to say, you know, thanks to the entire coaching staff. They've just done a marvelous job, the Junior Pee Wee Mustangs, so I want to wish everybody good luck tomorrow in that one. Coach Mark Graves and his staff, good luck. They've done a great job, and markers come out, and Coach Graves has got a son here at Tesoro High School, be out here playing next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, if those guys win, we're going to we'll have a little victory parade for Riles.
That's right.
Now, the penalty there is David just called with 2 guys in motion at the same time. You can do that in Canada, can't you, Vinny? You can do all kinds of stuff in Canada.
You can do all kind of stuff in Canada. You can even be motioning towards the line of scrimmage at the snap.
How about that?
Illegal shift. Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You know, last weekend we went up. We have season tickets to watch USC, and I just was sitting there marveling in the Coliseum. It is the greatest offense I've ever seen in college football. And Matt Leinart, we used to do games with that young man and a few other guys, but it gives inspiration, I think. There's going to be a motion penalty.
See, that's a fundamental mistake there, Coach. Receivers always look at the ball. They don't need to know the snap count. When the ball is snapped, they release, and that should never happen.
Prior to the snap,
never ever happen.
False start. Offense.
Yeah, you never.
5-yard penalty.
Especially nowadays, you've got multiple formations. You're breaking out of there. You've got to get set.
Early,
you got to get to your position, especially in a lot of the up-tempo, no huddle programs now. You don't even know the snap count.
Yep, that was my point about SC. They substitute about 4 guys on every down. You're seeing the very same thing take place with these high school teams. It takes tons of preparation, but boy, I tell you, it is fun to watch.
First down and 20. Sharp will throw, looking for Curtis. Jump ball. Look at this catch by Sean Curtis at the 40-yard line as they wrestle on the ground for it.
They may give it to offense.
I don't know.
Well, if they both have it, it's the offense's ball. It is the offense's
ball. Nice defensive effort there by Ridge
Gennari. No, they're giving it to the offense.
Yep. Simultaneous possession goes to the offense.
But defense had it first, but doesn't matter. It does not matter. The offensive player went up for the ball to take command of the ball and then came down with it.
This is another very fine throw by Sharp, and sometimes there it's good if you're a good.
He took it back from it.
If you're a good wrestler, yeah,
that's right.
Got to be a good wrestler.
Good for Sean. He got away with one there, I think. There, guys. Hand off right side, and boy, look at the. Tell you what.
Tackling.
The blue shirts are going to the whistle, and Nick Greenlee takes exception to a little extracurricular activity after that play. I told you guys before the game there was a chill in the air, not because it's cold, but these two teams just don't like each other.
You see him fake the fly there.
Nice.
Great
Look at
tackle,
that.
and then here comes the rest of the blue shirts.
I'll tell you what, Jordan Woolbright just came up and put a new smile on Nick Greenlee, just hit him right in the chops. Gonna have to visit the dentist
Marcus,
tomorrow.
Our producer, liked the way he kept his feet moving.
Taylor Lucero in motion. Coming back this way is Greenlee, and Greenlee out to the 30-yard line.
You know, they're doing a nice job with this variation of the fly, running not just the sweeper, but also that, in this case, not the dive after that, but a little cut play. And it's been a very, very good drive.
Well, when you have a running quarterback, these kind of offenses are pretty nifty because you can fake one, fake two, and then run third. So it's like a triple option kind of play. And, you know, without Sharp, it wouldn't be as effective.
5:40 left in this second quarter.
And we look at San Clemente with Mike Cook, and he's nifty, too, with his feet.
Alex Metzkes, the kicker for Northwood. It's just a battle of great kickers tonight. So you'd love to get a touchdown out of this drive. And I think if you told Rick Curtis right now that you can go in at halftime down by 7, I think he might take that, because these two teams are certainly no more than a point or two different. They're just the class of this league. And again, the unfortunate thing is we're not going to get to see them play against each other in league play after this year.
Here we go, trips to the near side on 2nd down and 9. Throwing incomplete.
You know what?
Short hopped it. I think his arms
Sharp
bothering
got
him a
hit,
little bit.
and he's holding that right arm after every time he gets hit. So pretty tough young man.
Well, what's happening is Tesoro knows that, and so they're banking on the run, and they're just telling the offense, hey, throw to beat us. And if they had the time, they could get someone open. They can get Curtis down the field, but they're just pressure.
Rick said he would not hesitate to use Travis Toon on the offensive side of the football if something happened to Stuart Sharp. And here comes Travis Toon into the ball game right now, number 14.
Yeah, I think
so right on cue.
You got to get Sharp checked right now because he is in some pain over there on the
He might be able to go for you defensively and run the football a little bit, but I don't know about his throwing arm right now. Rick Curtis is going to huddle him up.
Well, it might not be a bad idea by Curtis, as you said, Kevin, because with the way they're playing their defense, they are very vulnerable to a deep pass or any pass up the field. So if they have someone who can throw it up the field, provided he has the time, they're going to score.
Yep.
So I think it's a good interjection here.
I'm watching.
All right, let's head downstairs to the sidelines. Garth Wyckoff has an update for us.
All right, thanks a lot, KT. And with the injury to Stuart Sharp, we will see number 14, Travis Toon, in the football game. And I talked to Coach Curtis about the backup, the junior quarterback Toon, and he got some playing time 2 weeks ago in the game against Calvary Chapel. And I asked him, was it because of an injury? He said, no, I wanted to get some time in for him, and it's certainly paying off. Now, in that game, he had 2 big touchdown passes, his first 2 touchdown passes of the season. So some very valuable experience for Toon. Let's go back out and see how number 14 will be doing. Maybe Sharp's on the field, guys.
All right, Sharp back on the field. He's going to hand it off on the fly to Colin Lehman. Look at Lehman turn the corner down at the 20-yard line. Huge collision down there. And
Lucero.
Stephen Buckley and, oh, that was Lucero. Check that. I thought for a moment there I was thinking, wow.
He's that
Colin Lehman
guy.
got a little faster.
He's that fly man. I said, yeah.
If you're Stuart Sharp and you're over there on the sideline,
Lehman left a great block.
Yes, he did.
And you have a pulse. You say, Coach, I'm going back in, and he's back in there running the ball club.
4th down and 1. This is the big play right here. Fans are standing up on this one.
This guy is Sharp. He is a human first down on the quarterback sneak.
Good surge off on the left side there. Old 56 James Chen just put his shoulders down as well. The 6'2", 240-pound senior opened up a nice hole off to the left side.
It's about 3 yards for a quarterback sneak. That's a lot of yards.
You do that 3 times, you make a first down.
Watch that surge on the left side.
He's really favoring that wing right now. You can see that right arm is, whoops, he also just dropped his mouthpiece, which.
Offensive line set way back in the backfield on the left side here. Sharp fires over the middle, looking, throws incomplete. And that intended for Brian Usay. Comes in with 9 receptions on the year, and that falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, pretty good idea.
On that time. Yeah, good thought.
Pretty good idea. You've thrown the fade, you've thrown the sideline routes, and every once in a while now when you can get those 2 safeties to start thinking about double coverage, you can pop somebody in the middle.
That play's open, Rick. I tell you what, if they have
Rick
more
Curtis
time, they just rushed it.
He doesn't have a jacket on. I think it's cold up here.
His blood is boiling down there, boy.
Adam Garza checks in as a tight end to the left side. Lone set back is Lehman. Play action. Sharp's going to roll to his right. Will he keep it? He turns the corner. He's got the first down if he wants it. He's got the first down. He puts his head down
there.
And out at the 3-yard line.
When he saw that they had double covered Curtis on the corner route, there was no hesitation. He tucked the ball away. I mean, this is a tough guy.
Now, all they need to do is drag somebody underneath Curtis. When they do this play action, they roll this way. If they have Curtis on the corner, if not, they got to have someone coming underneath. Otherwise, that's his last resort, is to run the football there.
Taylor Jones got influenced.
Right there.
The outside defensive end, Taylor Jones, got influenced on the inside. He's got to protect on the outside there, and that
here's the power
took
eye.
advantage of it. 1st and goal. Turn and give. Greenlee. Greenlee's in the end zone. Touchdown, Northwood.
Power eye right. Power right. Power kind of football.
Boy, this is just a great illustration of offensive line strength on both sides of the football tonight.
I wouldn't be opposed to running that play out in the middle of the field sometimes, Coach. That power eye, power right.
Tell you what, you got a lot of bodies out there in front, and on short yardage situations, That's a very, very effective offense down in the red zone.
That's a big runner, too.
The number 2 back through the 6th hole.
Here we go, Alex Metzges. Watch this.
Hold is down.
Look
He
at
puts
this.
it up and through. He is perfect on the year. We got a penalty marker on the field. We'll keep it right here momentarily. And
they knocked Alex down. That's going to be roughing
the kicker. Yeah.
That will be assessed on the kickoff.
That's right. That's after.
You know, I can tell you for a fact, knowing both of these staffs, I'm watching them look at each other across the field, and these
Running into the kicker, defense. That penalty is declined. The score is good.
They
all right, 3:19 to go in the second quarter, 17-10. Nick Greenlee goes in to the end zone. (17-10) Tesoro. The leadership and courage of Stuart Sharp, the senior quarterback, has got the T-Wolves back in this one. A very courageous run down inside the 3-yard line. Then Nick Greenlee did the rest. 17-10 is our score. The league championship on the line tonight. This one into the end zone. It will come out to the 20-yard line.
You know, we are seeing two great kickers, but Alex Metzges, 5'8", 155-pounder, just a junior.
Fired up, too, isn't he?
He is.
Alex
Put that in the end zone
again.
again.
Look at this, man. Oh, here's the play where Stuart Sharp was carrying the football in the gun. And
really
he's grimacing there
hard
on his shoulder there. I think maybe that might have been the play that hurt him a little bit.
See if Tesoro can answer right back. Here's Sean Calcagnie off the right side.
Fellas, do you think that extra week that Northwood had to prepare for this game may have helped Northwood some in putting that new fly offense in?
Gives you a lot of time to fine-tune the machine and maybe throw a few new wrinkles in there.
They talk about little confidence, 13 plays, 80 yards. That'll help you get your confidence back.
That was a good answer.
And they got Sharp back in the game on defense.
We've seen the momentum ebb and flow back and forth here.
Sciaqua on 2nd and 5, throws a swing route out to Calcagnie, tries to cut back in the inside, and he's going to be ridden down by Garza. Penalty marker comes out late.
Nice one-handed catch by Calcagnie.
Let's go over to
number 51, Andy Nikolenko, that time came in and put a little pop on number 75, Tim Ogden. So it's going to be against Northwood.
Boy, that's what you really like in a back, coming out of the backfield. Catch that football like that, even with one hand.
And you know how hard that is to do when you, as a quarterback, I think one of the hardest throws is to come out and set up and try
dead ball, personal foul, late hit.
Try and hit it back.
15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot.
Right in stride.
First down.
Where he doesn't have to reach back.
Let's quickly go downstairs to Kelly Stavish. She's got an update.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Well, we already know what a tremendous athlete Calcagnie is, but Coach O'Connell could not say enough about what a great person he is. He says he's just an awesome kid with outstanding character. He's very passionate. That's obvious on the field. He says he's been an absolute pleasure to coach. Now, one thing to watch out for, we saw him put on the burners there on that 69-yard touchdown run. Coach says he only gets stronger as the game goes on, so watch out for him, guys.
That's Sean Calcagnie's 7th reception of the year. Sciaqua's in trouble. He's going to go down.
All of a sudden, you begin to see this Bear defense create, in that case, number 51,
Andy,
creating it by himself, Andy Nikolenko. But they can create a lot of pressure. Not only do you have to pay attention to those linebackers, but those 3 guys that cover the center and the 2 guards. There's a real good picture of
Coach,
Nikolenko.
I'll tell you what a big confidence builder this is for the defense, because going in at halftime, they're going to talk about what success they've had, and this is going to be a big lift up for this team. It's going to be the biggest thing going, and they can do this, you know, and this is going to be a big carryover in the second half.
Now, take a look at how they try and formation this defense. We're going to have, I believe, a delay. Let's see. Yep, delay a game against Tesoro. So it's going to put it
delay
now
of game.
Down.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Wow, now it's 2nd and 28.
I think Northwood could utilize their clock management here and try to get that ball back using some timeouts.
I was out at practice on Wednesday night. They had a Wednesday night practice. Just a reminder, coming up at the half, the Pepinos halftime report. Reed Deal, his message to his quarterback Wednesday after practice is, you've got to get focused right now and expect to get hit and deal with it. He's done a good job with that tonight so far, Todd Sciaqua.
Reed said deal with it. Reed, deal with it. They show blitz, and here they come. Here they come.
Screen out to the outside, and they snuff it out.
Greenlee.
Nick Greenlee out there on the perimeter, spying on Sean Calcagnie, and nothing doing there.
I'll tell you what J.C. Clark has been so good at with this defense. If he blitzes, he covers all the eligible receivers. Now, and you're going to see number 2, Nick Greenlee, just lock on to Calcagnie, and really, the quarterback in that situation, under that pressure,
had to let go of it.
He can't see downfield.
No. And what's happening, Coach, is they're coming up right up the gut, okay? Yeah. So what they have to do with their fullback is set him right behind the guard and stop that immediate pressure right up the middle. And they're not doing that. They're taking their fullback and blocking him outside.
Right up the middle to Sean Calcagnie. Calcagnie back up to the 35-yard line.
Gives him some breathing room.
And that's going to bring up 4th down and 15, and the punting unit will have to come on.
You know, just from a coaching perspective, there's probably some animosity built up here. I think it's good.
Smart timeout.
Really kind of a healthy thing, because I think when you're finished playing in a game like this, the animosity turns to respect. They say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you my best shot. You give me yours, and whoever wins, you know, we'll shake your hand. But these are 2 dynamic football teams.
You know, when you have 2 teams like this that meet all the time, and maybe in a regular season, then in the postseason, when we used to play a team in our own conference, had to play them twice, you know, you have to have respect. But the second time around, you don't play them anymore. These teams are not going to play each other anymore after this year.
Right.
So
you guys,
they're going to let it go
You
tonight.
guys have hit the nail on the head. In my visit with with Andy Nikolenko and Mark Bentrott and Sean Curtis, the one thing that Nikolenko, he's their warrior, he says, no matter what's said back and forth, the bottom line is we have a tremendous amount of respect for Tesoro in every aspect of their program.
I think the great ones do. I think the great ones understand it, that they're trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. They're trying to give every effort they can to win. Now, do not be surprised if you see Northwood bring 4 off the right side here and try and block this kick.
Do a punt return.
Only 37 seconds left.
Punt return.
Curtis back to receive it.
Line drive.
He may have a chance. It bounces right into his lap. Curtis dances around and up to the 31-yard line. 27.2 seconds left on the clock.
That's great coverage.
You know, I was going to say, exceptional punt coverage, but my new hero, number 64, Christian Yount, 6 foot, 226-pounder. I'm telling you what.
Was he down there on the kickoff?
He was down there, and that's after the guy puts that rocket snap back there to the punter. He's a special player.
And a line drive kick, too.
Yep.
You know, 64 came out before the game. He's one of the first guys on the field, going to his skill, and just, I saw him here early in the season, and I remarked about him then, and I remark about him now. He's just that good.
They're not going to sit on this with 27 seconds left.
Give up the middle.
That's a good job of establishing something you're going to do in the second half.
Colin Lehman.
Stop the clock.
Good look at the Warrior, Stuart Sharp right there.
I said a minute ago that Rick Curtis would probably be happy going in 17-10. That's what he's going to get. So we have a 1-touchdown game, and this is as advertised.
What a great half of high school football. Pacific Coast League Championship on the line. And the Tesoro Titans head off to the locker room with a 17-10 lead over their arch rivals, the Northwood Timberwolves. As we get ready to go downstairs, I believe Kelly will have the head coach, Jim O'Connell, in just a few moments, but we'll go ahead and head downstairs to Kelly and head coach Jim O'Connell.
All right, thanks a lot, Kevin. Coach, you said that it was important to get the run and pass going. You've had big plays both ways. Are you satisfied with your offense?
Right now, what we'd like to do is establish more of drive situations. We've had some big plays, but we'd like to settle down and be a bit more consistent and put some drives together and keep the ball out of their hands.
Defensively, you knew that you needed to keep your eye on Stuart Sharp. they've certainly been utilizing him. Are you happy with your defense, though, containing him so far?
I think that defensively we've played quite well. We need to do a little bit better job in terms of coverage right now. We've given up some long passes that have put us in a difficult situation. But overall, I'm really pleased with the way the kids played.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach. That's Coach O'Connell, and he and the Tesoro Titans head into the locker room with a 17-10 lead over the Northwood T-Wolves. We will have the Pepinos halftime report coming up next. And the score is 17-10 here at Tesoro High School in Rancho Santa Margarita. The Titans lead the Northwood Timberwolves. Welcome to the Pepinos halftime report. I'm Kelly Stavitz alongside Garth Wyckoff. And Garth, so far it's been everything you'd expect out of a league championship game. These teams battling it out. Tesoro got off to a bit of a quick start, jumped off to an early lead, but Northwood has fought their way back, and now it's just a one-possession game.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the Timberwolves for bouncing back and fighting back in this and getting themselves back in the game and cutting it to just 7 points at halftime. So some really good stuff here in the Pacific Coast League Championship. So plenty more to come on the Pepinos halftime report, and we'll catch up right now with the Tesoro Marching Band.
And once again, the score is 17-10. Tesoro High School leads the Northwood Timberwolves. Welcome back to the Pepinos halftime report. I'm Kelly Stavitz. We've had such an exciting game with a lot of big plays, and we've seen a bit of a battle between two outstanding kickers for both these teams. Now we'll take a look at some of those first half highlights. We got started in the first quarter with one of those kickers, Joe Robles. This is a 62-yard field goal. It would have been good from 60. That makes it 3-0 Tesoro. Then later in the first, it's Sean Calcagnie turns the corner and takes it in from 5 yards out. 10-0 Titans at that point. Second quarter, here's that other kicker. It's Alex Metkis from 27 yards out. That puts Northwood on the board, 10-3. Then look at Calcagnie go again. He breaks away from 2 tackles, turns the burners on, and 69 yards later, he's in the end zone. They lead at that point 17-3. But Northwood answers. That's a 3-yard touchdown by Nick Greenlee. And that's where we're at now. Once again, it's 17-10 here before we start the second half. It's been an exciting game. We've got packed crowds on both sides of the ball here. We'll be back with more with the second half kickoff right after this.
This portion of the Cox 3 Game of the Week is brought to you by the Performers Academy, offering affordable acting and dance programs for children, teens, and adults. And by Dewey's TV and Appliance, serving the South Coast for over 50 years. Just about ready to start the second half. Joe Robles with the approach and the kick. And Robles, as Kelly talked about in the halftime report, both kickers perfect tonight, and Robles puts this one out of the back of the end zone. And the Northwood Timberwolves trailing 17-10.
Almost went to
as we take a look at the first half statistics. Look at the total yards, 16 yards, a total differential there. Time of possession in favor of the T-Wolves, 13-20 there. Turnovers close and game, we got a very close game all the way around.
We sure do. And when you look at that down there at the bottom, the 13-20, the Titans only having it 10 minutes. Well, they scored quickly.
Remember, one turnover really hurt.
Calcagnie reeled off a 69-yarder. Markers out before the play starts as Taylor Lucero gets the handoff on first down.
Now that's 2 penalties from the receiving end, which is a little unusual. I mean, this.
You know, one of the things about the fly, it is a very difficult offense to time up.
5-yard penalty,
snap has
remains
to be
first down.
Coordinated with the position of that sweeper. And you'll see offensive linemen jump, tight ends jump. It's something takes a lot of practice.
That's not as if Northwood didn't have a running game coming into this one. They averaged 205 yards per game coming into this with their bread and butter package, averaging 6.5 yards per carry. I think they took a page out of Eric Patton's playbook, and it's working for him tonight. So it'll be first down at 15. So we get the second half started. Handoff goes left side. Colin Lehman breaks through on the left side and across the 20 and up to the 22-yard line. Let's quickly head downstairs to Garth Wyckoff. He's got an update for us. Garth.
Thanks, guys. I caught up with head coach Rick Curtis, talked to him about the half. He said the status of Stuart Sharp. Obviously, he's in the game. He said he's ready to go. He got dinged on the shoulder, but ready to go. He said the turnovers and the fumble killed us in the first quarter. That short field allowed the Tesoro to get off to a great start. He said the guys played very well in the second quarter. Told him just keep playing hard and let's get the win, guys.
Thanks a lot, Garth. Ubi Peterson comes wide to the right. Sharp thrown to the left side, and looked like quarterback and receiver flipped the page a little bit too prematurely there as the ball goes over the head of the intended receiver, Curtis.
You know, Kevin, you can read that route. You can quarterback and take his drop and read the corner. It's either going to be a hitch or a go. Every once in a while, it looks like you guys not on the same page. It's actually perhaps just a misread on whatever that position of that corner was.
The defensive lineman's primary objective is to pressure a quarterback, not necessarily to sack the quarterback, but he needs to pressure the quarterback 60 plays a game. And if he does that, you'll have plays resulting with that less play happen.
Out of the shotgun, Sharp will operate on the option. Keeper rolling up, turns the corner. He's got some daylight. Ahead of steam and out near the 45. It'll be brought down at the 46-yard line. Stuart Sharp turns the corner, ran the option. Perfection.
And he hurt himself again. I'll tell you what.
Well, 26 yards on the carry.
Pressure's not important on that thing.
He's going,
not when you're running the football like that.
He's going on guts right now because I think that right shoulder is really bothering him.
Yeah, they're going to play that down. In a big game like this, you got to play hard. Perry spins. Stewart makes a great move there. Goes down hard. Comes up a little slow.
Right back down on that right shoulder.
That shoulder.
Just across the 46-yard line. Yusei in motion. You're going to give it second man through. Nick Greenlee is going to be wrapped up and gang tackled for a 2-yard loss. Back at the 44-yard line. Lindstrom there along with,
you know, the guy that
Taylor
really,
Jones.
Yeah, another guy that blew that play up. When you look at how many times they've run that play, fake the dive and stuff, but Anthony Hull, 5'11", 195-pounder, number 45, did a great job in there of helping to blow up that play.
He had a nice game when we did the San Clemente game.
He did. He really did.
That's the last time you're going to see a dirty white Timberwolf jersey here at Titan Stadium. Next year they're putting the field turf in. Here's the ball complete. In and out of the hands of Ubi Peterson. He had it and dropped it. That would have been his 7th reception of the year.
And Beck was breaking hard on that ball, but that's the play that's open. If they get the ball out there quicker to the outside receiver, they're very loose in coverage. And you can see Stuart Sharp taking a quick drop. Takes that extra 2 steps, and that was the main problem with that play.
If that ball's caught, it could go for a touchdown because the defender really went after the ball.
3rd down and 12. Stuart Sharp and his Timberwolves. They trail 17-10, just underway here. 3rd quarter. Kevin Turner along with Vince Ferragamo and Bill Cunity going deep, looking for a little bit of a push and a shove, and the receiver goes down. Sean Curtis went down, and it draws the penalty marker.
Back judge made the call, pass interference, which will be marked off from the line of scrimmage.
Interesting to throw a go route on a 3-step drop, but they did elect to do that. He hung the ball up. Pass interference.
That's a backbreaker for Tesoro, Vince. They had him 3rd down and 12. I don't know if that was going to be caught. And
well, this is not the NFL.
The first down.
The ball doesn't necessarily have to be catchable. You just have to be in the vicinity.
Pass interference, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
You see Stuart Sharp on a quick drop. He hesitates there for a second, which buys a little bit more time, and lobs the ball, and you see the defender run into the receiver.
Boy, I don't know. That looked incidental to me. I don't know if that was, but Good veteran players know how to draw the foul.
When I got hit by that car in that intersection, that was not incidental contact.
Here's Taylor
nice
Lucero
block by Lehman.
on the outside. Lucero turning. He's going to be ridden out of
what
bounds.
a great tackle by number
Gennari.
14, Gennari. Wow.
He's had his motor running all night long. Ridge Gennari, he is a fiery player out on the perimeter.
You know, the other deal with the quarterback, Stuart Sharp, is when you run this type of an offense as a quarterback, you're going to get smacked every time.
Watch this block
this.
by the fullback, though, Coach.
Whack. He gets, ooh, that was a...
Not only did he block the guy, he knocked him down on his back.
That looked like a little
Gennari.
yank on the face mask.
Well, there's a referee, right? What's he looking at? What's he looking at? He's right on the play. It looked like
Here's
face
their
mask.
4 vertical package if they want to take advantage of it.
You say in motion. Sharp's going to throw.
There's the vertical.
Fires
right
over the
there.
middle.
Oh.
Looking for Peterson again, and he can't hold on to the football down at the 15-yard line.
That
and
is
it falls incomplete.
Kevin, that's a great play call. We had that on the virtual playbook earlier where they send the 4 receivers vertically. The inside guys are the ones right now that are open.
Well, I tell you, Stuart Sharp looked around. He took a couple looks, 1, 2, and then elects to go down the middle. Darn good throw. Almost came up with that ball. Peterson probably would elect to
maybe thrown a little bit behind him,
but certainly catchable.
And with a defensive back there, it didn't allow him to slow and open his hips. 4 wide receivers check in. Lehman in motion.
Watch out.
And Stuart Sharp somehow manages to escape the first one. The second wave, and Jordan Woolbright and company finally wrestle him down back at the 47-yard line.
Nice defensive series there by Tesoro. And again, it's the pressure that they're trying to bring from the inside. Here it comes.
Lindstrom,
number 4 right there for the Blitz, Brett Lindstrom. And
here comes Jordan Woolbright right there to finally.
I'm amazed he got out of that.
I know, he is elusive.
Woolbright finally closes the deal, and Randy Jones, I understand he's got a pretty good barbecue down in San Diego. That'd be Randy Jones, the Padres.
The Padre pitcher, yes.
Randy Jones, the Titan punt return man, fields it on the bounce, takes it out of bounds, and the Titans will have the football. Todd Sciaqua and company back out onto the field. Look out for OC's newest prep magazine, Local Hype, featuring photos and in-depth stories on the latest OC high school sports action. Sign up for home delivery at oclocalhype.com. First down at 10 for the Titans. Calcagnie, first down, penalty marker again. That's just a reoccurring theme here. Both sides of the football, we're seeing the markers come out.
I think what happens, Kevin, when you have defenses that are this active, it's not like the offensive lineman can just step forward and make contact. The defensive guys are moving so quickly that every once in a while you'll find them extend their arms, get them outside their shoulder pads, and those officials are going to call that. And by the way, the temperature up here on top of the press box is about 11 right now.
Holding. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
You know, great offensive linemen sometimes have a tendency to wrap up a defender a little bit more, but you know, certainly that goes against the offensive line, but that line has done a tremendous job blocking for these running backs. Johnson, Hodgkin, Hanfield, Randhawa, and Weiss. Great job they do.
Got a nice bounce there by Calcagnie, but he's tripped up back at the 5-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, his feet are amazing, but this is also kind of an amazing thing. 107, he's over his average. He was averaging 9-something, now he's at 13-3. But that shows you how quick the Northwood defense is. He made a nice bounce move. Against normal defenses, you'd be able to get outside against that, but this Timberwolves defense moves laterally. Watch this. He bounces outside, and you see 5 white jerseys.
He tripped over his own man there, who was...
Here comes the blitz.
Down on the Astro dirt.
Here comes the blitz.
Here's the turn.
There's a little hold in
Calcagnie keeps his feet. Slipped up there, and
Boy,
Good pursuit there by the Northwood Timberwolves on the perimeter.
We are being treated to just a great game on both sides of the ball. But, you know, when you have two teams like this that are ranked at the very top of this division, this is kind of what you'd expect. A full house, a great crowd, and
but Tesoro's keeping it conservative here, Coach. They're keeping it on the ground, and
might have been a little hold there.
The Timberwolves are just doing a great job defensively. This is a game so far early in the second half of field position.
You know, Andy Nikolenko rerouted Sean Calcagnie. He just pushed the center right back up into the scrum there, and that Calcagnie had to reroute his
blitz. Oh,
nice
what a
catch.
Great read by Sciaqua.
Beautiful catch by Grant Keene, his second reception of the night.
That one is
and let
on
me
the
tell
quarterback.
You,
that was beautiful.
Let me tell you what a great all-around player number 3 Calcagnie is. He blocked that defensive end right at the last minute, saved his quarterback. And the mark of a great running back, we all know great running backs can run the ball, but can they block? That separates the greatest from the best.
I thought Sciaqua that time really did. Watch this. He's going to get pressure off both edges.
Watch number 3.
Look at him peel back.
Across
that's beautiful.
The screen.
Looks like LaDainian Tomlinson.
Man to block. What a heads-up play.
Wellner kicks it, takes a Tesoro bounce. He shanked it, and
Look
it just is rolling.
That's a Kevin Turner 5-iron, baby.
Keeps rolling.
Boy, you got to keep your head down. All right, let's head downstairs to Garth Wyckoff with the cheer of the game.
All right, gang, it's that time, my favorite time of the game, time for the Magic All-Star Cheer of the game, and I'm joined by the seniors of the Tesoro Song and Cheer. All right, girls, show me your spirit.
Hey, hey, what do you say? Go, Cox 3. Hey, hey, what do you say? Go, Cox 3. Yeah.
How about that? Hey, hey, what do you say? Go Cox 3, the Magic All-Star Cheer of the game. Let's go back upstairs.
Way to go, Garth. Thank you, ladies.
All right, first down and 10. Lehman on first down, forging ahead to the 45-yard line.
You know, there's a guy that wore that number for the Washington Redskins that ran like that.
He looks like him, doesn't he?
John Riggins.
He does. He does.
Mohawk haircut, no.
I like those big running backs.
I know you do.
Boy,
it's fun to turn around and hand
just
the ball.
hand the ball to fullback and just let him run.
This is just the zone play. The zone play, again, is you block the guy in your area, and the running back will actually just kind of Vince Lombardi and then Run to Daylight, which was the title of a great book.
Sean Curtis comes wide to the right. 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3, and the Timberwolves down by a score. Lehman, the lone setback. Here's the keeper again, and that's been successful all night long for the Timberwolves. They get good surge, and Stuart Sharp just gets right up behind his center and
that might not
puts his head down.
A play call on that, Kevin, because anytime a quarterback taps the rear of the center, he just takes off and takes it. You see his numbers.
You know,
not bad for a quarterback.
I was just going to say, would you take 6.5 yards for your quarterback every time?
Oh. He runs that option really well. Well, I think the way they surged that time, that was a preset call.
You know, that's a lot of that is on the offensive line. They're not, they can really get off the ball well.
Yeah, that was a call.
Third down and 2.5 yards to go. Greenlee, I don't know.
Excellent defense. I don't think they made it. I think the defense of Tesoro came up and laid some lumber. And
you go for it here, Coach?
Yeah, well, the guy up there making the hit was Sean Calcagnie also. Does a little of everything.
Well, we're less than a foot.
You know, we have a couple of great middle backers in this game. Brett Lindstrom, number 4 in blue there for Tesoro, and on the other side, the inside linebacker, Ben Trott, number 43. It's you know, it's a credit too to the way these kids are coached. We're seeing pro-style offenses. We're seeing big-time defenses. We're seeing 2 kickers that could kick at any Division I school in the country. And because this second half has started out with both teams running the ball, we're down to 3:51.
Okay, you guys, what do you call here? Coach and Kevin?
I think it's pretty easy. I think the quarterback sneak is going to have been the answer all night long.
What do you say, Coach?
Well, he's been kind of a guided missile. This is the most aggressive quarterback sneaker I've ever seen as a quarterback. You know, some guys tiptoe in there. This guy's a cannon.
Would that be the obvious then?
Well, you know what you might think about in a 4th and 1 situation right now, too, is they have been very successful with Colin Lehman, the big running back. And you know, he's 200 pounds at 6'1".
But you less than a foot.
Well, if you get everybody thinking about that guard center gap, which I would if you got a quarterback like Sharp, well, I think you give your big dog a little bit easier shot off tackle.
Andy Nikolenko did not like the call. He just broke the huddle. He's shaking his head. Well, so I don't know if that's a little bit of a deke.
Well, that was only because they're not giving the ball to Andy.
Well, I might fake that quarterback sneak, take a step back, and try to hit.
There we go. There's
the
sneak.
He's got it.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I know why Andy was mad. He wanted quarterback sneak right, and they called quarterback sneak left.
They went left.
He wanted him to go over him. Huh?
He's a fireball, isn't he? Heck of a two-way football
what a nice young man.
You know, this is cool when you see linemen congratulating each other on the quarterback sneak. You have to win the battle, and the battle is only 3 feet, but you have to win it.
Wow, that's a good
I'll tell you what, Stuart Sharp really gets the legs going. Good leg drive, good pad level, and it's a textbook sneak. It's going to Curtis, jump ball, incomplete.
You know what? I think you take, with a guy like Curtis and his talent, I think you take 6 of those a game. Now, Sharp is saying,
cramp.
Let me just sit here. I'll get up and figure this out. This is a tough guy.
He's got a cramp. This is like, Look at Sean Curtis. He's got cramps going on, too.
You know,
as cool as it is,
it's
but
really cold.
These guys are giving it everything.
But these guys have their engines running, and you can see the breath coming out there.
Right on his calf. He's hitting his calf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He timed that just about perfect, too.
I never got cramps because I had no muscles.
But, you know, a little bit of a protracted halftime. It's, you know, these guys are heated up. They come out and they stand around a little bit.
Cool.
Gets cool and
get tight. Yeah. They should have warm heaters over there on the side.
Here's the 4 vertical look again.
2nd down and 10. Taylor Lucero on the fly. Trying to get the corner, and he does. He's got the corner. Great job, and he's flipped up as he goes out of bounds.
He does his best Reggie Bush.
995 on the dismount.
I hope he's okay, because when he did that flip, he ran into 3 people. And that's him laying on the ground, and I hope he's okay.
He's got his hands up on his head.
Well, you know what you have to be aware of over there? And they're taught to do this, but the downs markers, guys, if somebody's running in your direction, you're taught to lay those things down on the ground.
Sure.
Get them flat, because, see, he goes right into that down marker.
I think when he rolled,
he hit that head on.
I think it wasn't the initial fall, and when he went into his somersault roll.
Watch his head and watch the down marker. As he goes out of bounds right there, bang, he goes.
Oh, he got leg whipped.
He got snapped by
Actually,
somebody,
number 82 on the sidelines, his leg was flipping through the air. His shin, he got the leg whipped to the shin.
Still down.
Now,
he's okay.
You know what Northwood has done here? And they did it in the 2nd quarter, and they're doing it in this quarter. They have gone to the spread. They've gotten out of their tight end offense, and they've really tried to spread this defense out, which gives Sharp a little bit more room. It also gives the big running back, Colin Lehman, a little more room inside. Remember, Lehman 6'1", 200 pounds, and Sharp is 6'1", or 6 foot 190. So got some big guys to defense in the middle.
There we go, 3rd and short, and Stuart
Sharp
Sharp this time goes over the top of Nikolenko.
This has become America's best quarterback sneak team.
The Lucero is still on the side, but they're working his calf, and I think he's got a cramp back there. Still down, but he seems to be okay.
You know, he's a candidate. We used to call it the Biz Bag Award. Remember the Biz Bag? You put it in there and wash it. The Biz Bag's not going to get that jersey clean.
I always lost my big stainless steel safety pin.
Yes.
Look at Sharp. He has just been superb on the option tonight. Look at him break the tackle to the 15, to the 10, to the end zone.
Unbelievable.
Touchdown,
What a run.
Stuart Sharp.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Phenomenal run. You know, that reminded me of Tommy Frazier.
Unbelievable.
Running that option.
That is like, he ran through some very good tacklers. I mean,
spin, high step, carry somebody, then break, and then straight arm.
You know, that's another thing about high school football I love. Yeah, that guy just would not be denied.
Watch this run. Words can't express what kind of run this is. I mean, he runs the option off the shotgun. He holds the ball like a loaf of bread.
That's
then
right.
He just grabs it, spins, jumps over 2 people, and outruns a third, and high steps it in the end zone.
That's one of the better efforts I've seen in 19 years of doing this game of the week. I'll tell you what.
That's all Desire.
A close, almost.
Extra point is up and good. Gentlemen, we've got a tie ball game. 2:39 to go in quarter number 3. Don't go anywhere. All right, 17-17. We're all tied. 2:39 to go in quarter number 3. And you were just talking about it at the break as we take a look at the Northwood band. What an effort there by Stuart Sharp. Doing it through the air, on the ground. He's done it all tonight for the Northwood Timberwolves. There's no doubt about that. Metzges from the 1-yard line. Williams.
That's
out
a great
to the
return.
35-yard line.
Extremely well blocked. They had a nice little lane they created over there. And with 2:33 left in this third quarter, Kevin, let's see who's going to be the hero now for Tesoro. I mean, we have seen some amazing football tonight.
Well, Williams had 1 foot in the playing field, 1 foot in the end zone, and
they'll
that was
let you run
still
that.
good.
Yeah, they'll let you run that.
That was smart.
That's
by him.
Good officiating.
8 plays, 60 yards. Capped off by a 37-yard David Copperfield-like option run to the end zone.
Too many white jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
It's really hard, I think, to take the zone play and bounce it outside against the Bear defense. I think that's just hard to do.
Yeah, they're really
just by the nature,
like
by the nature of how that defense works.
Well, these boys are stepping up. Lehman is playing great. Ben Cott is playing awesome. They're really flowing great to the ball.
Yeah, here's a good picture of what happened after this. Now, here's your quarterback with a bad shoulder.
A little chiropractic move there.
Yes, and that would be a single leg takedown by Killer Kowalski.
A little physical therapy in the end zone after the score.
In just a minute, we're going to see a call for a motion penalty against Tesoro. We're going to show you a play action pass that has been a big part of Tesoro's offense over the years.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Did you say the momentum is kind of swinging a little bit since after that first quarter?
Todd Sciaqua right now with
nice
a chance in the middle of the field. And Sciaqua, 6 foot, 173 pounds, with a great arm, getting that split receiver in the middle of this Bear defense is a way to beat it. I think one of the things you'll see is there is a free safety most of the time, but as we see now, the safeties are split. So getting in the middle of the field there, I think, is a chance for them to be a big play.
Calcagnie just right up the middle, keeping it simple across the 31-yard line. That's where I think they can soften up the defense with those big offensive linemen. Hanfield's an outstanding 6 foot, 223-pound center. Jason Johnson's nasty, 6'3", 262. Randwan, Hogden, and Weiss up front. I think they've got that, as you said, Coach, they've got the, on bounce, they've got the perimeter protected.
The other thing I would do is, you know, not picking on him on purpose, but if the other team's quarterback is playing on defense, I might find him and run at him or throw at him on every down.
I would occupy him every single play.
Here's Sharp now covering the split receiver.
Sciaqua has time, 5-step drop, now he's pressured, throws complete to Beck across the 41-yard line and out of bounds. And he'll be shy of the first down by about 3 yards. So this is an interesting decision upcoming for Jim O'Connell here as we approach 4th down, and he looks like the punt return team's already headed on the field for the Timberwolves. And they're going to boot it away.
They're going to kick it away with 27 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. And believe me, this not only has the feel of a playoff game, this has the feel of a CIF final game.
Coming up in the 4th quarter, our Dewey's TV and Appliance play of the game. I think Stuart Sharp's 37-yard option keeper might be a candidate, along with the 52-yard field goal. Here's the kick. Sean Curtis retreats and slips back at the 20-yard line. And with 19.3 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, Timberwolves with the ball, they hold serve on defense. So Tesoro does not answer the score, and the Timberwolves have the football.
A couple of things to look for here as if you're on offense, you want the wind at your back in the final quarter, and Northwood will have it.
Let's head downstairs to Kelly Stavist.
All right, Kevin, well, it's senior night here at Tesoro, so I wanted to feature one of those. It's number 90, Trevor Lazone. He's a defensive tackle. He broke his thumb in spring, and he couldn't practice. Coach said it was a long spring and summer without him through all that training, but luckily it healed in time for the season. He says he has a great work ethic. He looks to his coaches constantly, just trying to learn as much as he can. He plays with his heart and always has a smile on his face.
Goes Lehman out across midfield. A 30-yard gain.
Boy, that's a great run, too.
Colin Lehman.
That's a perfect example of how to use a straight arm.
You know, a couple seconds ago, we were at your right, Vince, talking about you have to defend that quarterback between the tackles. And then I mentioned to you that if you do that and you concentrate, and if you look on the last play, both of the Tesoro backers were inside the defensive tackles.
Here's a second man through.
When you see those backers inside, the off-tackle hole becomes much easier to attack, and in this case,
great straight arm.
Lehman gets outside and rumbles like Big John Riggins. Penalty brings the ball back to the 47-yard line, but a first down.
That was a 35-yard run.
Look at this, defenders close to the line of
Here's Stuart
scrimmage.
Sharp on the keeper. What a great play. They fake the fly, and then he counters back to the left side.
Well, he got out of bounds right before the 3rd quarter expired, and he just lowered his shoulder, and he ran. You know, quarterback, if you're going to pick somebody out on the field to run over, it's going to be a small defensive back. So when he put his shoulder down,
take a look at this
play,
play,
guys. Perfect timing. Watch him fake it and just
fly
keep it.
and then keep it.
Watch this. Watch him lower his shoulder. Oh, back on a little small defensive.
You know, he's a smart guy. He lowered
Yeah.
his left shoulder. It's just right when that hurts, right? Of course, right now, you don't even think about that stuff.
I think he doesn't experience any pain right now.
Picks up 5.5 yards on first down. On second down, he'll throw. Incomplete, intended for Sean Curtis. So we are at the end of quarter number 3. We're all tied. The Pacific Coast League Championship will be decided in the next 12 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're all tied at 17. This portion of the Cox 3 Game of the Week is brought to you by True Dental. Smile, we've got you covered. And by Dewey's TV and Appliance, serving the South Coast for over 50 years. And by Aerolift Rentals. Call 1-800-266-LIFT. Gentlemen, we're going to the 4th quarter. We're all tied. We got championship football ahead of us the next 12 minutes.
Can't wait to see what's going to unfold here.
It's QB time, guys.
We're going to show you something on the virtual playbook in just a second about what Tesoro is doing on defense. And I've mentioned so many times, I think Mike Milner could coach a secondary in the NFL. They have a 2-deep, 5-under man-to-man that they'll use, and we'll show you that in just a second. As you can see right now, the deepest defender on defense
is Jordan Woolbright.
4 yards away from the ball.
And he's blitzing. Taylor Lucero gets hammered in the backfield.
That's an 11-man line.
That's a bit of a gamble, but it sure worked out. Now, let's show you what El Toro, or excuse me, what Tesoro is doing right now on defense. This is one of their looks against this Northwood offense. You can see every receiver is covered man-to-man, and the two safeties back on the hash marks go to the football. You're going to see I've circled all these, all the man-to-man guys, and then the two safeties back there kind of clean up. Calcagnie back now to receive this punt.
Boy, a spiraling line drive kick as the punt rolls inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. We've got a little bit of extracurricular with Lehman and Lausanne.
Hey guys, you know what time it is? This is Todd Sciaqua time.
Yeah, that's
you know,
right.
they've been just sitting back, just sitting and waiting and using Calcagnie, and now watch what's going to happen.
You know, this league, last night's game, one of the reasons that San Clemente went for 2 points is the South Coast League voted not to have overtime games. This league has overtime. So if this game ends in a tie, stick around, ladies and gentlemen, and you don't get to watch Hal Fishman in the 11 o'clock news. We're going to be here. So
Sciaqua rolls, buys himself some time.
What a touch.
Great catch.
That's a great catch, but a beautiful touch by Todd Sciaqua.
Well, that's the play, Coach, you were talking about, trying to get the crossing route to the center of the field, but they elected to run to the corner with the tight end, and a great catch by the corner, but he also had crossing the middle of the field.
Watch, here's the play action pass we showed you. He looks in the middle, that's not there, so he takes the crossing route, as Vince said. Look at the touch, and what concentration by number 89, Grant Keene.
It's Sciaqua time.
Woo. That's Grant Keene's third reception of the night. Here's Calcagnie trying to find some daylight. Resets, reloads, and he'll be driven out of bounds.
No kidding.
But he picks up 4 yards.
You know, I like the bobblehead for P.J. Valier. I like the pinball wizard for Calcagnie.
Resetting, reloading.
He got hit, bounced, and the pinball wizard kept coming.
Wow.
But watch at the end of this play.
How does he not go down? This kid doesn't go down.
Here's the pinball wizard right here. Boink. And that's the quarterback.
Hit him.
Yeah, Stuart Sharp is going, I only have one arm left, so I'm going to hit you with the left one. But Calcagnie bounces off of that. And, you know, really good running backs run with a forward lean that allows them to absorb most of the blow on their shoulder pads. And Sean Calcagnie does a great job of that. It seems like we've been talking about this guy for 10 years.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
Been a player here for a long time.
Well, he's in on so many plays. We've called his name so many times. We did 4 of their games last year. This is the second game that we've done this year, and this is a great game. I circled this one on the calendar when we got the schedule back in August. I said this is going to be the game of the year, and so far it has been.
That was a picture on the sideline a second ago. We saw Rick Curtis over there, but the guy with the goatee is J.C. Clark, who has studied and studied this 46 defense. He's given it his own little twists and wrinkles, just like Jim O'Connell has taken his 4-3 and kind of mixed and matched, and
you know what
they make it fit the personnel.
Jim O'Connell, what I like about what he's doing is platooning a lot of players in and out of the game, which is really good because you have specialty kind of players. They understand what they're going in for, and they know the play that's coming in. Pays off.
If you ever want to have fun, come out here and watch a Wednesday practice at Tesoro High School. The up-tempo, the intensity.
They're blitzing.
Very well-organized practice schedule.
There's a beautiful
throw by Sciaqua.
Out on the outside, complete to Garrett Beck.
Well, that's a way to stand in there in the face of the battle, right in the heat of the moment, coming right at you, throwing it right through it.
Here's a good picture of J.C. Clark right there, growing a little goatee and a mustache, and that's a real fine football coach. Really knows his stuff.
He's saying
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hits his 5th step. Bang. Looked like Vince Ferragamo throwing.
I'll tell you what, guys. Throw that ball to the outside shoulder, away from the defensive back. Tight spiral. Doesn't get any better than that. Calcagnie on first down picks up about 3.
You know, I'm going to throw out a thought here, Kevin. If you watch them run that toss play to Calcagnie like that, and you watch how the defense reacts, if they have a halfback option pass, hot dog, high and howdy, everybody.
You're asking him to do a little bit more. I mean, he does everything else. He's defense. He runs the football.
Hey, do you know that LaDainian Tomlinson this year has?
That's right.
He's thrown 3 more touchdown passes than he's caught touchdown passes.
Josh Mitchell.
If they've got that in the playbook.
Nice looking play.
Yeah, Calcagnie.
Nice play.
You know, Vince, that is another way you kind of work on the Bear defense.
Yeah.
You bring a tight end in motion. He's actually a fullback is what he ends up being.
Little hum motion.
Yeah. That's what we used to call it. Yeah.
Rakshani in motion.
There it is. He invented the H-back.
Yeah.
Vic Rakshani. I used to tell him that. I used to call it, say, Vic, do you play the sitar?
Garrett Beck goes wide to the left. The lone setback is Sean Calcagnie. 3rd down and call it 4. Calcagnie left side, cut down.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Ben Trott in off the right side.
That's the Mike Singletary play.
That is it right
You
there.
are covered.
Singled on the outside and just keep him free in the middle.
Every one of those 3 interior linemen, both guards and the center are covered, so he just picks the gap.
If he doesn't shoot the gap that fast, that's a first down.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. And Calcagnie comes out limping just a little bit.
Slow, the Calcagnie is going to hit that hole on time and make the first down.
Ben Trott has total
big
disregard
play coming up
for his body. Yeah. He just leaves it all out there. Here we go on 4th down and 2.
Somebody moved.
Interior line.
Yep. What did he throw? A cheek pad out there along with the penalty marker? What was that white little thing he threw?
I think that was a little red man.
Well, now they think they're going to have to punt. Yes.
In a game like this, those little tiny things, as a coach, you say, okay, look, we're going to make this first down.
Prior to the snap, false start,
and
offense.
You know, you chalk that up to
5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Somebody being so fired up, ready to go. You know, that's not a penalty of omission. You know, they didn't forget something. They just got a little too fired up.
Wellner back to boot it away. Curtis, we'll see if how special teams plays into the outcome of this game. Wellner, nice kick, angles it to the right side. Curtis screaming to everybody,
you know,
retreat, get away. And
I have to mention that why ever try and block a punt on Northwood or Tesoro, you know?
Not going to happen. Let's go downstairs to Garth Wyckoff.
Thanks a lot, guys. And the Northwood defense has been playing spectacular all year. They got a big stop tonight, and they've been doing it all season. We talked about them coming into tonight, allowing just 8 points per game. They've pitched 3 shutouts, and they've held opponents to less than 7 points a total of 3 times this year. And the 2 guys, Mark Bentrott, number 43, and number 5, Michael Chacho, have been getting it done. Chacho had an interception tonight. Bentrott had a sack this evening to get his sack total up to 5. These guys have been playing together for 8 years, going all the way back to Pop Warner ball, and it shows they've got each other's back, and they cover it well on defense, boys.
On 1st down, Stuart Sharp throws a frozen rope to Sean Curtis for a 12-yard gain and a 1st down, but we've got another marker on 1st down.
On the play. You know, that pass is something that you're just calling you're just calling a single route. You're going to call boot right, in this case, our sideline, and it is either going to be throw it or keep it. There's the ball fake.
Legal man downfield.
Now watch this route. You can see the separation. That is really, really great execution.
Beautiful call, nice execution, but I can't understand why they would call that penalty.
That's the older
Brian Curtis.
5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 1st down.
That's being a little picky by the referee on that one.
All right, here's that defense again. Deepest guy is 4 yards right now, so you're kind of daring him to throw the slant.
I throw the yellow flag.
Here they come.
Challenge. I challenge that call.
On the option, flips it out to Yusei and turns the corner up to the 25-yard line.
High school, we don't have that yellow flag, or that red flag. You can't challenge the call.
That's right.
Well, I don't think you could. That wasn't a challengeable call.
If you throw a red flag in high school, they let the bull out. Here we go.
This has been a very effective play.
Long time to wait on the option, and what it does, it puts a little more pressure on your back. But
that's the first
number
time
8 out there turning the corner, Brian Yusey, did a nice job of stepping out of that first tackle. Now we're back to 2nd and 6, Kevin. There's still a little bit of business left here.
Long count by Sharp. 2-step drop,
call.
Throw,
good pass
complete,
call.
1st down.
You know, there's a pass here if they choose to take it, and I know it's what the defender is taught to take away first. But if you can get out and plant that foot like you're running the out and run the slant out of that, there is no safety help. So
well, as you can see on this is either an audible or a directed call right to Curtis outside. 24 is giving him a lot of room outside, and that was a nice call. And they're stacked, so they're bunched inside, wanting to blitz, and that's the play that's open.
That's the 4th reception for Sean Curtis on the night.
Now they're back in that 2 deep where they can take that away.
There's a snap, hits the turf, and very adroitly, Sharp picks it up and gets back to the 30-yard line.
That's a marvelous tackle by Joey Westerman.
It really was.
Because if he doesn't tackle him, you might have to. You know, you'd be the last guy left, Turner.
Well, it's sure a temptation to see outside, because a lot of times as a quarterback running this play, you see there's something outside. But if you just stay right up in there and go north-south, you get a couple more yards.
Hey, is this cool or what? I mean, this is high school football at its best. A packed house, a game for the league championship, the #1 seed in your league. Oh, there's that snap and go. It's wide open.
Goodness, they have a play on that time.
Anthony Hull, though, they redirected Stuart Sharp.
You know, Anthony is...
that's the play of the game right there.
Anthony's the son of a good friend of mine, Jimmy Klinger, used to play for us at Saddleback, and he's not a real big guy, except he's relentless. He comes in on that pass rush. Believe me, if he hadn't gotten to the quarterback,
it's over.
They had the pump and go called, and Curtis was off to the races.
Had a shotgun. They fake the option. Watch him fake the option, drop back a couple steps, fakes the option, take a step back. Curtis is wide open on the slant. He just doesn't have the time to throw it.
You got to give that one all to Anthony Hull. That's a great job on defense. That's one of Jacob Wasdorf's guys inside there, and those 4 down guys have the responsibility of, hey, fellas, get to the quarterback.
And this is an impossible task. 3rd and 20.
Marker comes out from the back judge, and
well, it's 3rd and 20. And if it comes from the back judge, it's going to be delay of game.
Yep, it is.
Delay of game is the indication 5 more yards being assessed.
Now,
they had some bad luck that time, Coach.
You think about Northwood right now, and you're thinking in terms of, well, gosh, now we have a long ways to go to get a first down. But you got to be thinking about not only not long ways to get a first down, Tesoro now, if they can force the punt, is going to have great field position with a kicker who can kick it halfway to the ocean here.
Try to get 10,
How far are we from the
10
ocean?
back. As the crow flies, probably about 12 miles right down the canyon here.
Okay, I still think they can throw the slant.
Sharp has time. Pressured now from the backside. He's going to go down.
Number 47 or number 42 on the back door coming in.
That's Taylor Jones.
Taylor Jones. He's had himself quite a night, hasn't he?
That was an uphill climb, and I tell you, that was great defense by Tesoro, but what an unfortunate set of circumstances for Northwood this time. Their first down play, they got called on a penalty. They had an opportunity to score a touchdown. They missed that opportunity, and just, it's a game of inches.
You also have to say that was great coverage back there, because he had no place to go with that.
Nice kick there by Colin Raymond. And Randy Jones is going to be wrestled down inside the 45. We'll take a timeout. 5:07 to go. We're all tied. Championship football on the line here. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We're all tied at 17, 5:07, and the Titans have the football just shy of midfield at the 45-yard line. Here's Calcagnie right up the middle. Sean banging ahead.
He's a step away.
Right to midfield. Good second effort. He picks up 5 yards on first down.
Chacho coming up with that saving tackle there, or else Calcagnie is off to the races again.
What you have to think about right now is what is legitimate for Joe Robles, number 16. I think legitimate is when the ball is on the 30-yard line.
That's 20 more yards.
Yeah, if they can get it to the 30 and he kicks it from the 37, that's 47, because he'd be kicking into the wind.
Sciaqua's got time, looking for Beck, and throws it over his head.
Pretty good coverage by
Stuart Sharp.
Stuart Sharp. He's kind of a sharp guy. Wonder if he uses Sharpies in school.
But he's not little.
No, you know what? In this offensive series, I still think they may go back to the tight end. They've done it before, but Grant Keene was the guy that caught that first ball down the middle of the field. And Tell you what, as much as they think outside, that might be a guy.
Sciaqua fires, complete to Beck.
Okay, now, that was just, coming. I'm telling you what, Kevin, that was just an illegal formation. They had the receiver step back into the backfield, and there was a tackle who was the in man on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, tackle eligible. I didn't see that, Coach. Here you go, Bentrot coming right up the gut. He's not even Keene, Calcagnie. So Calcagnie's on a swing that time. They had a big play as well. You might watch that play coming up.
Well, they're getting into Robles land.
Josh Mitchell to the near side.
Nose, block that nose.
Calcagnie's got a seam.
Oh, good tackling.
Just another half a step, and there was a big opening off to the left side.
Seems like that seam is there, and bang, it closes.
Just shuts down.
All right, this brings up 2nd, and we'll call that 9 still. And the clock is going to be under 4 minutes before this next play starts.
Watch a pass on this one.
So, again, for Joe Robles to be in his range, heck, I don't know, maybe we're close now.
Definite pass.
2nd down and 9, quick toss to Beck. That's got to be interference, and here come the penalty markers. No doubt about it. Stuart Sharp had him wrapped up and actually put him in a pretty vulnerable position. There could have been a 2nd penalty there with leading with the head on a personal foul there.
Well, you are now definitely inside field goal range, and what you have to do now is take care of the football. It doesn't mean change your offense. It doesn't mean go into a shell, but you kind of have that ace in the hole that you have a guy who can kick it this far.
Guys, did we talk about it at the outset of the broadcast, how in games like this that the special teams oftentimes make the difference?
Look at this formation, Kevin. They are in trips.
Watch the
to
run.
the wide side hill, but
They've been running Calcagnie to the right on this formation.
This is the exact formation when they threw to Grant Keene last time, the tight end.
They've been running Calcagnie right on this formation.
P.J. Simpson's lined up to fire in off the edge.
I'll tell you what.
Grant Keene, if he runs a corner route
that's right.
there.
If they ball fake to the tailback, the tight end, let's see what they do.
That's right.
He's going to run it to the right side, and Calcagnie breaks out. There's Calcagnie in the opening field. He's still on his feet. To the 10, to the 5. He turns to the corner. He's going in.
He's out of bounds on the 1 yard line
for a touchdown, fellas.
And I'll tell you what, that is as magnificent an effort as Stuart Sharp's run. That was just unbelievable.
There are white jerseys strewn all over the field in the wake of Sean Calcagnie. What a move by Calcagnie to get free to the outside to break the tackle. Almost came out of his jersey and was knocked out of bounds at the 1 yard line.
Well, you mentioned that Nikolenko, and not only Nikolenko, it's contagious because everybody on this field is going to be carried off. That's the effort they are giving tonight, and that's a credit.
Watch this with Calcagnie. Break the tackle here on the cutback, a la Marcus Allen. Now watch this move right here. This is just pure strength here, getting out of this
Uses the referee.
Scrum right here. See, his jersey almost comes off right there.
That's where number 2, Nick Greenleaf, has. I'm so glad he wasn't hurt. That was just a cramp because he's up and moving off the field right now. But, you know, I said a moment ago, you're in field goal range, but you don't want to change your offense. They didn't. They're running the same single back, go get them stuff, and now they find themselves on the 1 yard line.
3.5 to go, and they bring in Gunther, and he likes to pull out and block to the inside, handoff right side. Calcagnie's in, touchdown. Tesoro has taken the lead with 3:26 to go in the ball game, and the Pacific Coast League Championship is 3 minutes and 26 seconds away, and Sean Calcagnie with his 25th touchdown of the year.
He's done it all, folks. I'm telling you what, he is the game breaker. The game breaker.
Well, I'll tell you,
they might have scored too soon.
We've seen a lot of incredible individual efforts tonight, but you know, the guys that are highlighted, like Sharp and like Calcagnie, would tell you they can't do their jobs without all those other guys making those great blocks. What a fabulous high school football game. They are going to call, now this is interesting, that's an illegal substitution against Northwood. That would put the ball on the 1.5 yard line.
illegal substitution.
You still have to kick it.
You
This
still
is a big
gotta
extra
kick the
point.
extra
This is a
point,
big
yeah.
extra point here.
Sean Calcagnie, 21 carries tonight against a very stout defensive front, 159 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And I would tell you, and he would tell you, he has earned every inch, because that Northwood defense will smack you in the mouth.
Substitution infraction on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, repeat the down.
Tell you what, Sean Calcagnie, new nickname C-Note. He's as good as money. The Benny.
All right, my guess is this extra point's going to go right between the T and the S up there on the scoreboard.
I think this one's going into the Trabuco Creek. Kick is up.
Right over the T and the
over
S.
the scoreboard. You're right. 24-17. And the Tesoro Titans have taken the lead. 3:26 to go. Stay tuned. (24-17). The Titans go 7 plays and 55 yards. Sean Calcagnie puts it in the paint from 1 yard out. 3 touchdowns on the night, 25 TDs on the year. Came into this game 1,364 yards.
This is important. If it gets to the end zone, you can go set your defense. See, that is such a weapon. You don't have to worry about somebody running one back on you. You just go put your defense out there on the 20-yard line.
Boy, if that guy is not playing on Saturdays next year, I don't know. Who
Give him a
should
couple
be
years and
kicking?
be playing on Sundays.
My goodness, what a weapon.
3:26 left. Vince, you made a point a minute ago about they might have scored too soon.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for Northwood to get the ball in the end zone and give us a little overtime magic, perhaps.
Just a reminder, coming up after the game, gentlemen, the Collier-Sealy post-game show and our Baja Fresh players of the game. That's always my favorite part, the interviews with the kids. Here's the ball thrown, tipped up in the air. Curtis almost had it on the rebound.
I'll tell you what,
right at midfield.
That is an inch from Garrett Beck making an interception that might seal the game, and it was also an inch from being an 80-yard touchdown to Curtis. I'm excited about his future, too. This guy's going to be a great receiver getting on to the 4-year level.
Take a look at the family Honda replay here.
It's a good throw by Sharp. Just too many blue shirts over there. He's got to lay it up just a little bit more on that one. Curtis had a chance to go underneath that.
Here's the spread again. They've spread them all over the field, and they're going to run the quarterback draw.
Sharp. Look at this young man go. There is absolutely no quit. What an unbelievable. He took a negative play and turned it into a first down. No, he's going to be just shy of the first down. They're going to mark it about a yard shy, but
got to be careful not to waste too much time on this because he should have got out of bounds.
You're right. If it's this time in the game,
big wasted minute here.
I used to have a coach. You see, Rick is really aware of this. I used to have a guy standing next to me all the time. I'm trying to think of a play to call, and he's trying to give me the time just so it doesn't get away. Just in this time, since that last play, 17 seconds have run off the scoreboard.
Third down. A lot more than that.
2:35 to go. Here's the keeper.
Well, that play hasn't been denied all night.
They've never had a negative play. You're right, Vince. That's been the bread and butter tonight.
That's another one. Now, as they're moving the chains, Rick's got to get a play in the game. It's got to be in the game before that official. Remember, when he winds his hand, here it goes. That means the clock is in motion again, and we're down under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is where no huddle and calling them at the line of scrimmage can sometimes save you.
3-step drop. Sharp fires over the middle, working in and out of the hands, intended for Yusei, and he was hammered, and here comes the penalty marker from the side judge. Blow to the head.
A late hit, unsportsmanlike conduct hit. Could have gone, I mean, that was close. That was a close call.
As an official, you are always trying to protect the players, and that young man was really defenseless after that ball went off his hands.
And a good timing by Sharp, throwing the ball, excellent anticipation here, throwing it down the middle, just off the reaching tip. It's almost like a late hit on a quarterback when you take 2 extra steps at him and then you level.
There's no doubt. You're exactly right.
Same kind of thing with the receiver.
It went off his hand. He took 2 extra steps.
He should have avoided him at that point.
Took it right in the chops.
1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know, you really don't see much in the way of protest from the Tesoro guys. I mean, they know in the heat of battle that everybody's flying to the football. And they also know that the officials are going to try and protect the kids. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm glad it wasn't a head injury. It looks like it might have been a cramp too. But number 8 popping up off the ground there, Brian Usey, stretching that out. Now, the football's at the 45-yard line, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. You know, Kevin, you must use this time to get you got to get your play sequence going.
Take another look at it, Vince. 2 steps. One, 2, 3, maybe 4.
3. 3 steps.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback teaching this, that was a great throw, really, because you have to beat that man defense, and Brett Lindstrom was going step for step with him.
Back set up in the I formation. Sharp looking.
That's that
receivers
smash
down.
route that you're talking about,
and
Coach.
Another penalty marker comes out. And you're going to hear an air of protest from the Tesoro side. I don't know. That looked like another one of those incidental.
That's what we were talking about, that smash route, the inside corner, and he just got stumbled over somebody's foot, and they called the pass interference.
Here's what the officials are doing right now. They're going to make sure they get this right. David Batista's talking to his 2 officials, and they're going to ask. It's like asking an umpire, help me with the call.
Pass interference.
So they call it pass interference. So I'll tell you what, I thought Tesoro was in pretty good position, and I'm going to be real honest with you. I was still looking at the quarterback.
Well, these are paybacks because the last series of downs, they really got nailed on a couple bad
calls. You know what,
guys,
that just looked like 2 players' feet got tangled.
Yeah, that's all that was. But you have to remember, this could be payback because of the last series of downs. The call on first down with the illegal pass receiver downfield. There was, I was seeing, I couldn't find anyone.
Now, there's a timeout. And I think Jim O'Connell wants to talk to his defense, which he is allowed to do.
He's looking at the referees. He wants to give him a little earload.
It's also a good time for him to talk to David Batista. But David has been doing this for quite some time. And besides, you can talk to the referee. That's not his call. But, you know, you got to gather your teams right now. If you are Rick Curtis, you are still 40 yards away from tying this game with 2 minutes left. So right now, you really have to, let's call 3 plays, guys. Let's get 3 that we're going to run, because if the clock is running after we catch a pass, we don't want to take the time to run it.
You see Curtis handshaking some of the guys now. What O'Connell is saying is, let's don't be stupid. Let's don't be dumb. If they're going to make it, let them earn it.
You bet.
You know, and we're 7-point lead.
Next week's game, Friday, November 18th. The CIF-Southern Section playoffs begin. Round number 1. Log on to cox3.com for airing times and dates. And you can also log on to the Steve Fryer's website.
Everybody was moving there.
Boy, that.
I'll tell you what, there was an incredible block.
5-yard penalty.
Colin Lehman hit Brett Lindstrom, and I'm not sure Lindstrom was ready because the whistle had blown. So,
boy, 18 penalties in this one tonight, 9 apiece for each team in this game tonight.
You know what I think you have to do here because of the formation? You must take a shot at your number 1 receiver, Curtis. But look, can you see the safety out there doubling?
Yeah,
now you got to go to the slot. You got to go right up the slot. There's the go route.
Oh, there's Stuart Sharp. He'll keep it. Stays on his feet at the 35, 30.
Gets out of bounds. That was smart.
Here comes another penalty.
Well, I tell you what, there's a penalty on almost each play.
Personal foul right away.
Well, I tell you what, this is the kind of stuff I'm sure that would upset Jim O'Connell, because his kids have played just so hard on defense.
But he went out there the play before and told these kids what I mean, what was he telling them?
Well,
he had to be telling them to kind of play smart.
They'll get his point. His point is to just maintain your composure, and then, you know, somebody's just got to make a play now.
He's got to be a little bit more persuasive than that.
They have run that play twice. Fake the option, drop back, the receiver runs a hitch and go.
15-yard penalty.
They're just letting Northwood get right into this thing.
Do you possibly try that play 3 times?
Well, you're faking the option, and you step back, and you want to throw it, and you scramble. That was the best thing for the quarterback to do. There was nobody open.
That was real hard to see exactly what happened. Looked like 2 guys tackling him out of bounds, but David Batista saw something there that caused him to throw that flag immediately.
From the 15-yard line, Sharp looking into the corner, looking for Sean Curtis. Ball falls incomplete. Good coverage there.
I mentioned a second ago that you got to take a shot at your #1 receiver. But when you get down here, yeah, you got 1 minute and 47 seconds left. And when the ball hits the ground, now you can take your time. What you have to be aware of here is any ball that is caught and your receiver is tackled in bounds, that's when you have to get up and maybe spike the ball.
Josh Williams with excellent coverage.
You know what was interesting there is the corners have always been inside the receivers. That time Curtis got inside the corner.
Sharp rolling, boots out. He's going to be wrestled down and hogtied by Taylor Jones.
Taylor Jones with the defensive play of the game right there. They had the blitz coming. They tried to roll him out on a play action.
Well, you know, while
Taylor Jones was there to stop it.
While everybody's cheering this play, the clock is marching on. I mean, we're down to 1:20 now.
A good time for a timeout. Right?
And this is where you
have 2 timeouts.
Not calling a timeout. That would have been a good time for a timeout.
But hey, your quarterback's tired. You've got to. Oh, that valuable time is.
Why wouldn't you call a timeout
is
there?
Ticking off the clock. All right, 3rd down, and we'll call it 20.
Sharp is going to keep it. Reverses his field.
Yep.
Puts a move on.
Not on Calcagnie.
And he'll be wrestled down, and all the blue shirts are there.
Well, it's going to come down to 1 play now.
Well, he ran the wrong way.
Well, you know,
he ran to the wrong player.
I'm still waiting
to get around Calcagnie.
I'm still waiting for a timeout.
Clock is still running.
There it is. There's the timeout, and they're going to have 1 more shot, or then this place is going to go crazy.
Wow, the fans here tonight have been treated to an absolute fantastic high school football game.
They sure were.
You know, I'd love to be a little mouse in that huddle down there between Mike Milner and Jim O'Connell. That's a lot of years of experience right there.
Nick Greenlee there. Here's our Cox 3 Sports Baja Fresh Players of the Game, Stuart Sharp.
Right.
He has been the man of the hour tonight. Yep. And Sean Calcagnie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
3 touchdowns tonight.
We just contemplated and contemplated over those, didn't we?
Yeah, that was hard to think up, huh? Wow.
I'll tell you what, the players of the game are all the guys that have been on this field tonight.
Oh, exactly.
My goodness.
It's a tribute to both teams.
What a show.
So what do you do here? 4th down and about 20. Got to get down to the 5-yard line.
Well,
a field goal is not going to help. You need a touchdown.
Think about this. If they complete a ball and make a first down but don't score.
Do you blitz? Do you stay back? Yeah. Do you prevent? Do you blitz? Do you roll out? I'd have to roll Sharp out because he's always had to hurry from the pocket. So I definitely would roll him out to the left and try to hit Curtis crossing the field. That's my only chance.
This has been their favorite formation all night now.
He's going to roll left.
In the spread.
Take the fullback and block him left.
I think you got to go inside slot receiver right up the middle to Yusei. They're throwing into the corner of the end zone. Ball is up in the air, up for grabs. Incomplete. And the Tesoro Titans, with 29.4 seconds left, will get the football. And a 7-point lead. And there's a sigh of relief on the face of Jim O'Connell as he slaps Jordan Woolbright there. Great defensive stand by the defensive unit after being dealt a few adverse penalties. And a nice throw, though, and a great call by Rick Curtis.
You know what?
Gave his team a chance, a high
bet.
percentage play, in my opinion. And I think it was a good call, the right call, and the defense just made a play.
Tell you what, for the three guys in this booth up here, congratulations to both coaching staffs, both teams for putting on a fabulous show. And you know what? We'll see both of these teams in the playoffs. And again, I'm going to say it, don't be surprised if you happen to see a rematch.
There's two Warriors right there as we take a look at our Dewey's TV and Appliance play of the game. This is the play that Sean Calcagnie changed directions half a dozen times and got undressed in the process. And
Referee trying to get out of the way.
Great effort. Good downfield
Look at those
block
downfield.
there
I
by
was going to
Todd
say,
Sciaqua.
Kevin, you're right. Look at those jerseys downfield blocking for him.
His quarterback got into the mix there. That's our Dewey's TV and Appliance play of the game.
Great play.
This was my favorite formation. We used to call it victory.
0-0.
There we go.
Well, you got to be happy for...
And give Todd Sciaqua some credit, too. He threw some good timely routes to make that last drive.
Coach Jim O'Connell, look at him making the moves. They want to throw the Gatorade on him.
He's running away from the water. These guys are getting all wet, trying to get him wet.
He's got some good footwork. You know, he was a rugby player, so this is nothing to him.
Oh, boy.
That's it.
Heck of a ball game.
Final seconds.
Lindstrom wet.
Clock winding down. Jim O'Connell with happy feet as he gets away from the Gatorade. He finally got him. That's got to feel great. The Pacific Coast League 2005 champions. And hats off to Rick Curtis and his Northwood Timberwolves. What a battle tonight down in the trenches. Great game by Stuart Sharp and their defensive unit. What a ball game, gentlemen.
It really was, Kevin. And I tell you, it's a mark of two great teams. I mean, this is the way you want to see a game. You want to see them play their hearts out, and you never know who's going to win to the last second.
Fabulous display of sportsmanship right now, but a fabulous display of high school football.
Boy, we saved the best for last, didn't we? We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a post-game show right after these words. 24-17, Tesoro wins. 24-17 as the celebration continues here at Tesoro High School. Let's head downstairs to Kelly Stavish. She's with our player of the game.
I've got Sean Calcagnie, our Baja Fresh player of the game. Sean, just an absolute outstanding performance on your behalf. How exciting is it this was such a battle to capture the league championship this way?
Yes, it's very exciting because these two teams, it's always a great rivalry match. And we knew that they were going to come out with everything they got, and same with us. I mean, we saw the article in the paper, and we knew we were going to get after them.
Well, you had an outstanding performance. You averaged 7.5 yards a carry, 159 yards, and of course, the 3 touchdowns. I think we're going to take a look at one of those. One of those was good for 69 yards in the first quarter. What were you thinking? You break a tackle or two. Take me through this play.
I mean, the line just opened up a huge hole, and then I saw my fullback just pop the linebacker, and then I just saw the free safety. I know just me and him, and that's how our run plays are designed. It's just one-on-one, and I knew I could take it.
Of course, you guys are the defending CIF Division IX champions. You were part of that team. How do you feel about this team heading into the postseason?
I think we're going to do really good because next year we're moving up in division. I think this is going to be our opportunity to win back-to-back CIF championships.
All right, well, congratulations to you. Go celebrate with your teammates. All right, we've got Sean Calcagnie. Kevin, I'm going to send it back up to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kelly. And there's Coach Jim O'Connell honoring his seniors. There's Todd Sciaqua right there, and he just announced Sean Calcagnie as he was over doing the TV interview. And there's Sean right there with head coach Jim O'Connell. And boy, nothing like it, guys, when you win a league championship. Final game of the year at home. As Coach O'Connell said to his team, he said, it's simple, guys. Embrace the opportunity. You've got the league rival that you're playing your championship, and you're playing it at home. What a great way to wrap it up.
Well, it really was, and he got great performance from his quarterback, his running back, his defense as a whole. The offensive line did a great job, and Calcagnie was just superb, and so was Stuart Sharp. I mean, this was a great effort, gallant effort on both sides.
You know, a game like this, parents and spectators and everybody who showed up tonight got something out of this. You saw a fabulous effort on both sides of the field. Now, there's going to be elation on one side, dejection on the other side, but these are all 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old guys. By tomorrow, they have to start getting ready for the thing they prepared all year for, and that's the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to celebrate what a great season
you bet.
Northwood had, 9-1, and they're going to the playoffs. That's your goal. Let's head downstairs to Stuart Sharp, our Baja Fresh Player of the Game, and Garth Wyckoff.
Thanks a lot, boys. I'm standing with our Baja Fresh Player of the Game, and this young man, you played incredibly well, Stuart. I'm sorry you're on the other end of it. Just by the look of your uniform, you had quite a game. Your feelings about tonight and your play by your teammates?
I couldn't be with a better team. My offensive line did the best they could possibly do. I think everyone has more. I didn't even know we had that much heart. We've had a couple really close games, and I think the guys played as hard as they could this game, and we're going to see these guys in the CIF championship. We're going to beat them next time.
Well said. I know it's a very emotional game for you. We're going to take a look at you. Ran wild tonight. Our guys in the booth were calling you Archie Manning Jr. You did some spectacular work, and we're going to take a look at this big touchdown run by you. Maybe you can take us through it and tell us what you're thinking here as you battle the end zone. Have you always been known for twisting and turning like this?
Yeah.
Crazy legs.
They call me Crazy Legs, but you know, I just tried to stay on my feet as much as I could. And I just knew I had to take it to the end zone to get another touchdown because we were behind. And there was a couple key blocks that just, you know, put me in there. So
well, I know you're
the other guys that helped get me in there.
I know you're very tired, you're exhausted, you played one heck of a game, and you left everything out on the field. You should be very proud of yourself and proud of your team. Congratulations to Stuart Sharp, our Baja Fresh Player of the Game, and good luck in CIF.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go back upstairs.
All right. Thank you very much, Garth. Thank you very much, Stuart. Great game tonight. Vince, final thoughts?
I tell you what, as a quarterback looking at Stuart Sharp, I can hear what he's going through right now, and I tell you what, he's exhausted. He gave it everything he had, and if you want someone at the helm leading your team, that's the guy you want, and he's exactly right. We have a chance. We have an opportunity. We're going to the playoffs. We're going to get a chance at these guys again.
I'll tell you, the thing that would stand out most tonight for me was that the preparation that goes into a game like this for the coaching staffs and the preparation that the kids go through was all on display tonight. It was a magnificent battle on both sides. I tell you, as a spectator, I loved watching it.
No doubt. Two great coaching staffs, two great programs, 10 years of collective experience for these two teams. Very new programs, and they're on their way up, and they're definitely established. And it was a lot of fun tonight, guys. And for Kelly Stavis and Garth Wyckoff and our statistician James Covarrubias, Vince Ferragamo, and the coach Bill Cunity, I'm Kevin Turner saying so long. Once again, the final score 24-17. Tesoro is your Pacific Coast League 2005 champions. Good night, everyone.
Northwood taking on Tesoro for the Pacific Coast League title. Here we are. First quarter. This is way too long to kick the field goal. Come on, you got to be kidding me. 52 yards. Joely Robles hits it. 3-0. Titans at that time. Later, though, it's Tesoro back on the move. Sean Calcagnie stretching out in the end zone for 6. Tesoro wins 24-17. Check in.